What's good, good people? We are back. We are back. Episode 24. This is the Dragon's Den, and this is especially a good day, man, because I got a brother with me, man, that I just recently met, but I felt like I met him for 20 years ago. But listen, man, it's going to be a real special episode. I see everybody in the chat is already lit. You already know we on 1,000 in here, man. Welcome, everybody, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, this host, man, he's from Sensei's Thoughts, man. This dude is an excellent brother, man. But we go back a little bit different, man, because we come back. We from New York. He lives in Florida right now. But when you can discuss with somebody about pasteles and fried white cheese on some Boricua status, my man, Sensei from Sensei's Thoughts, baby, and shout out to his partner Logic, who's not here. He's other places are doing other good things. But shout out to you, my brother. Next time, y'all both got to be on. We was talking about that behind the scenes. But Sensei, what's good, baby? We can't hear
Everything's
you.
good, man.
Oh, I thought you was.
No. I'm waiting for this legendary intervention. That's all I was waiting for. I ain't trying to catch you up. Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. We met a couple of a month ago, man. We met over like anything else, Twitter.
Right.
We've been on party chats, man. And when we get on party chats, we get crazy. And it was cool because the moment we touch base on that party chat, it's like New York brothers.
Yeah,
That
facts.
Boricua connection just came and boom, and it was right there, set in stone. Man, I'm just happy, man. On Saturday, I'm spending the time and my day with you, man. I appreciate the invite, man.
I
I do.
appreciate you, my brother. I mean, listen, for people who don't know this guy's podcast, they raw and uncut, but they give you good organic energy, man. They're positive. They talk great gaming, man. The links is in the description. Please go follow this guy. He's coming out here and he's swinging for the fences, and he's bringing a great presentation. And I respect presentation, man. So now, I don't know what the hell's wrong with Six Slayer, so we gonna skip over him because he's having technical difficulties with the two dots on the screen going crazy. But I'm gonna bring my brother, the most electrifying YouTuber on the planet, aka I did a great job replacing Clown's ass last week on Four Guys of Quarters. What's good, brother?
Hey, what's happening? What's happening? Hey, don't do that. Don't be messy. Yo. But it's me, PK, the most electrifying man in all entertainment right here. And I'm glad to be on the Dragon's Den. I know I've been having some issues, hiatus, as you can see, but I'm back. Glad to have my brothers this week on 4GQ TV. And definitely glad to be here on the Dragon's Den. Welcome our guests. First time meeting you, but hey, we should have a great show regardless. So let's get it popping. Let's get to these topics.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, when you're not here, PK, it's just different, man. You was missed, but it's good to have you back, my brother, man. Glad you looking good. Your skin is clean. You're sharp as hell. The beard is tight. The curls is popping. Let's go, Fogo. But let's get into my man. I don't want to have the feds kicking down your door, man, but damn, Neo. You can't be controlling the matrix. Listen, I got a $485 light bill. Shout out to my daughter raising bills before she went back to college. But I'm gonna need you to I'm gonna have to get you to wipe that clean. And with that said, my man that controls the matrix. Well, I'm the oracle. I give out the cookies. But he's everything else in the matrix. What's up, Sick? What's good with you?
I don't know, man. Everything I could say in response to that ends with me having to say pause. So I'm just gonna say, what up, everybody? I'm back. Another week is over. Dragon's Den podcast is on the air. We got some good topics for us to discuss, so let's just get to it. And welcome, of course, Sensei, our guest, the homie. We got his show on tomorrow,
Right.
5 p.m. Eastern.
5 p.m.
right?
Eastern, baby.
Check him out. Check him out.
Go
I'll
get
be
that
there.
dose.
Hope to see y'all there.
Now, let me say something for the record, man. Shout out to my brothers in the chat.
108 Dragons TV welcomes Living Split Screen podcast to the show.
I was out all night. I threw a lot back. I'm still up. I still got the energy, but I woke up at 12 something, and I said, God damn it, I missed my goddamn breakfast show. Man, but Pong, you and Steel, every week y'all get better and better and better. And brother, I rewatch that. I don't really rewatch too many podcasts because if it ain't live, I don't do it. But yours is one of them, my brother. And The show was amazing this morning. Go shout out and go hit that like, subscribe for Living Split Screen, man. Two solid brothers, man. Very well supported. You know I got your back at all times. Now, we're going to hop into these topics, man. I got an announcement to make on a game night. We're going to get into that later. But we're going to hop into some topics, and we're going to start this off with the bonus situation. Let me tell you, man. Let me tell you something. We're going to get into co-op in Halo Infinite. And now you saying, Lemon, I heard this before. Damn, man, you gonna talk about this? They don't have it at launch. But this is what they do have. And this is what's crazy. This is what's crazy. Right here, they got you covered. Now, you wanted co-op. What's better than Master Chief condoms? That is the best co-op situation with you and your lady. That's what I'm talking about. It didn't come out in the United States. This is from 2004. And I know y'all ain't seen this. And those who have, man, you're a lucky person because I never saw it. But goddamn, this is what we doing. Y'all want it co-op? Halo got you covered. It's coming. Literally. Now, when y'all saw this, please tell me. I know I'm sick. I know when you saw it, you had to be like, where Lemon found this at? And this is a factual situation. What did you think about Master Chief not only protecting the universe, but protecting you behind scenes? What's good?
Like I said, behind the scenes, I was like, when I saw this topic on the list, man, I said, you know what? I'm not going to do no homework. I'm not going to do nothing. I think the headline says it all. I'm going to come in with a fresh reaction. So y'all saw my fresh reaction. But also, after that, the mind, the gears start spinning. I think I've seen that before somewhere on the internet. But I don't, where did you find, you talking about me being master of the Matrix and all of that? Where did you find that, bro?
Listen, I learned from the best, my brother. I told you every week on the Dragons, and I always bring up a subject that people are interested in and didn't even know they was. Facts.
Been looking forward to this whole week. I wonder what that topic is.
I would
protect humanity in all ways, I guess.
Yo, I was upset that they wasn't sold in the United States. They was only sold in Europe. Yo, listen, we need protection here too, Master Chief. 117. So, Sensei, we're going to go straight to our guest, man. What did you think when I dropped this on you as one of the topics?
Really? Really going to go right to me? Well, hopefully you guys are playing at the most 3-player co-op. Don't do the 4 because that gets really sticky and nasty. Don't be doing all that. So stick to the 3-player co-op, man. Of Apex all the way, but protect yourself. I was happy to find out that Halo's actually going co-op, man. Like I'm going, wow, they hammered that down. Literally, they hammered it down. But I mean, I was around for that. I was around when that news came out a long time ago. It didn't come out in the States. I thought it was a joke back then, and back then memes were not known as it is now. But today it's being used as a meme. And a lot of people, I've seen it posted on Twitter, and a lot of people's going, that was real. Like they think it's a joke. No,
right.
It
was real. Man. It was real.
It was real, man. Halo and Bungie back then was about your protection, man. They wanted you to protect the spawn laser all the way, man. Yeah, bro.
Now, I'm going to shout out to my man Don in the channel, man. Yo, listen, man, I got my shirt finally. You know I told you I got you. But listen, Don says they come in the Duke versions. Do they come in the Duke? Yo,
that's
Don,
a mandatory right there,
oh
homie.
my God. Yo, Don, you're a mess, man. You're a mess. Shout out to everybody in the chat. My brother's in the building. My brother is in the building. And listen, we don't get straight to PK on this. This is a warm-up situation. We just getting started tonight, man. This is a warm-up. PK. Now, I know you're married. You can't play those condom games. You get caught with condoms, you're going to be sleeping on the couch or maybe outdoors. I don't know. But listen, what did you think when I sent this to you, man? Did you ever hear about this? Did you know about it? Talk to me.
I mean, I heard about it a while ago, but honestly, I didn't look into it. As you could tell, I got too many kids to say I've been using protection. I mean, it is what it is. So I think that's pretty hilarious, and especially with Don's comment. but I don't even know what that game is like. I don't have that kind of a build, Hobie. So I don't know if I can. I think that's funny, but I know what it is probably trying to
108
protect the
Dragons
brand.
TV,
Don't know how
welcome
people
Mr.
feel
100
about
Intro
things. That's
Media
probably
Gaming.
why they didn't really advertise it here. You know what I mean?
You listen, in the great voice of Master Chief, protect yourself at all times. That's a fact. But listen, we
Well,
gonna
Don said in the chat. Don said he said finish the fight. You gotta finish the fight, man.
Don is messy, man. I ain't reading no more Don crap. We not doing that yet. Anyway, Don is my guy. Listen, man, we're gonna get into a toxic topic, man. I really thought was disgusting. You know, this gaming community sometimes, man, on a serious note, this gaming community, man, could be so toxic. And Austin Evans, man, he's a content creator and he puts out videos honestly, right? Dude always give us perspectives that most people don't even come up with. He just put Windows 365 or Office 365 on the Xbox Series X. That was crazy. I didn't even know he could do that, but he always trying something different. So when the new version of PlayStation 5 came out, he showed the difference in heat sinks, and he said it's a cheaper model because they went from copper to aluminum, and everybody know aluminum is cheaper than copper. Facts. He said it also raises the degrees and the temperatures of the PS5, not to where it's going to burn up and go into flames, which people think, oh, it's a little hotter, it's going to burn up. I don't know why people say things like that, but the topic is really about him being physically threatened for showing us the tech side of a heat sink, what they changed, why it was 1.5 pounds lighter. Fellas, talk to me. Do you think, and we're gonna go to you, Sensei, do you think that the gaming community is taking itself a little bit too serious? I mean, they threaten this dude. They threaten his staffs. The hate mail. I mean, this dude is a very positive YouTuber. They saying, oh, he's kissing Xbox behind. They just went so hard at this guy, man. And he's a very energetic dude. What did you think about this whole thing with him being threatened? Literally threatened.
Well, a couple of things. I mean, I've watched Austin do videos like this for quite some time now. He's even done the Xbox when the Xbox Series came out. The X. He's done breakdowns on that. It's not the first time he's done that with consoles, and he's always experimenting with different things. To hear that he was doxxed and to hear that he was threatened over a console was I mean, it's not the first time we've seen this happen.
No.
Unfortunately, it probably won't be the last. I just think a lot of these gaming fans now are getting a little too serious about their plastic. They're getting a little too serious about what they have. I looked at it from a point of view of techie, right? The techie side of things. Because when you know about these cards and everything, the graphic card, the GPU and everything, when the heat hits it, it expands. When the heat doesn't hit it, it shrinks back up. If he keeps doing this throughout the life of the whole thing, eventually it'll give out on you. The man never said anything about the PlayStation 5 being garbage. He never said it would it will be it'll run like just it won't run games. He didn't say any of that. All he said was it's worse because it's fast.
Right.
They lessened the heat sink. Obviously, copper is expensive, as you mentioned. It's a cost-efficient measure. It's a cut it did. So kudos on Sony for that because it's all about this at the end of the day. It's a business. They got to run that. But all he simply said is that it runs worse because it's hotter, which is facts. He didn't lie there at all.
Right.
You know, this man out of pocket went ahead and got himself a console, got it shipped to him out of his own pocket. Nobody gave him a console. Says, you know, show it off.
$1,000 it cost him. He said.
What's that?
It cost him $1,000. He said.
$1,000 total to get that and shipped out to him. I forgot. Is it from Australia? It came from Australia, right?
Mm-hmm.
No. I think Japan or Australia. I think it was Japan.
Japan or Australia.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it was Japan. I think it was
Right.
Japan.
It's Japan. But it's being sold in both regions.
It's crazy though that this man got attacked that way. I think it's pitiful. It's embarrassing to the gaming community. Listen, we have, and I don't get political at all, but we have people out there trying to make laws against games and prevent us from doing things. And stuff like this is ugly. It's ugly. We don't need to get into these battles and over somebody opening up a console and showing you exactly what you saw. You saw with your own eyes what was the difference. He didn't make it up. He didn't sit there and go, look, listen, I put this in myself and it's less. He didn't do that. He simply wanted to educate people. But that he's being doxxed, that's ugly, man. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
It's an ugly thing, man.
I gotta give these dudes out here, fraud police is at your front door, man, because let me tell y'all something. Let's just be real here. Let's be real. Half of y'all talking that mess ain't even about that type of smoke. Y'all just get out here, Twitter fingers on deck, and your fingers is more gangster than you are. So, threatening people, disrespecting people and their families, their co-workers, they're giving you content that you wouldn't see nowhere else. I'm not buying 2 PS5s just to show you the heatsink. Sorry. I don't care. I don't care what it's. I'm not doing what they doing. You got to respect these dudes for bringing a platform to your eyes, for you to have that experience to say, this is the differences between the systems. He didn't say the chip is cheaper. He didn't say the memory is lacking. He just said, listen, it gets a little bit more hotter, and we see where they cut the costs, and he showed it to you. Don't be mad at him. Be mad at Sony. If you think it's a cheaper edition, financially it may be cheaper. It may run 6 degrees Celsius hotter, but don't be mad at the source. PK, I got my 2 tech guys here, but PK, talk to me. What did you think about this toxic disrespect to somebody who brings great information to this gaming community, which we love so much? What did you think about this nonsense?
So, first, like you kind of pointed out, this dude pretty much went out his way to get this PlayStation. And the people that's criticizing him, how many of them could do that?
Facts.
I mean, I think his intentions, at least according to what it appears, is that he just wanted to educate.
Right.
At the end of the day, those are his PlayStations.
That he paid for.
He could do whatever he wants. And at the end of the day, if you don't like it, you don't have to watch. And let's be honest, and let's be real. We knew there was some restructuring done on the PS5 side because they know they need money. They're trying to find ways to cut corners. Knowing that
that's business. Facts.
It's business.
Well, let's be honest. Business is finding a way to be more efficient
to make money.
To make money, but
that's a fact.
You also don't want to put out a product that will fail.
That's true.
And the reason why they didn't put it in the US right away and put it in those smaller markets is because there's less consoles being sold, less impact should there be any kind of real failure, less people on these YouTube streets crying about it.
Yep.
So let's just be honest. That's why they did it. Because the biggest market is not Japan nor Australia. Consoles out there, you talking about 500 here. Nah, there's 700 in Australia. Okay, let's be honest.
Yeah.
And let's back up. Switching to aluminum heatsink, even with it being smaller, people may not know, but aluminum is 40 to 60% less effective cooling solution than copper. Think about that. Somewhere between half the cooling solution. And that's technical. That's not making it up. That's just what it is. So when you choose to do that, then you also understand that your system already runs too hot for what that huge heatsink it is sitting in the base PlayStation 5, let alone the restructure. So if you're not trying to look at it objectively to the technical level, and you just look at it as some sort of emotional spin because you just don't like it and you want to have some sort of loyalty to some plastic, dude, get real. Find something else to do. Right? You don't have to look. I don't watch dudes channel like that. I might catch it here and there, but let's be honest. If you looking for this, you must be bored. You need to find something else to do.
Thanks.
Because the rest of us out here is gaming. We enjoying everything we got going on. And like I said before, I own all the platforms, multiple. So can't no one come tell me what what I am or what I do. Don't say you're a gamer. You only play one platform that had and only play a game that could be on anything. That doesn't mean
Call of
nothing.
Duty. Oh damn. Must be some
You
dust in
know,
here.
I'm talking about any and all those games. So just drop it. Let's just stop all this.
Facts.
It seemed like you guys are so negative and want to hate on every single game that you're either not going to play or have not played.
Mm.
And then you want to be upset because it's some bad news when it's really just realistic news. It's really
Facts.
just
It's
stuff
just
coming out
that.
that you should be upset about. If you're the PlayStation owners and that's your only console or only platform you play games on, you should be upset. You should be upset and calling out for what it is. I mean, I'm not trying to go down that route, but hey, brother, you remember my scenario of people crapping on Game Pass, right?
Mhm.
Talking about not supporting the devs, and I said, well, where was all that energy when you was buying used games from GameStop?
Shots fired. Goddamn, shots fired. Boy, this boy.
All
You know
these
what?
years, you made GameStop hella rich, but it was okay to buy used games, not supporting the developer. Developer gets 0 cents from those used purchases, including consoles.
I used to work as a store clerk in GameStop. I know those purchases you're talking about.
So if you're saying, you got to understand that you got to stop with this illusion of someone just trying to bring down the mighty PlayStation. Honestly, Sony is going to keep selling PlayStations regardless of he made that video or not, because you guys accept mediocrity. You okay
Mediocrity.
with it? And as long as you spend your money, they're going to keep selling. So who cares? At the end of the day, it shouldn't bother you because you're not getting paid from it. It don't hit your pockets, except for it does because you keep spending your money. So as long as you're spending your money, hey man, I'm just keeping it real. Like you have to chill out, bro. You have to get a hold of yourself.
Right.
Going at somebody and threatening them and doing all this. You put so much energy in trying to dox some dude you don't know. How about you put that energy into making some bread for yourself so you don't have to complain about having one system?
Oh,
we went for the jugular.
You know what? I'm gonna have to
somebody
shut this guy's mic off.
That mic is hot.
Damn. PK, back up. It's a peace and love. It's a peace and love podcast. PK out here killing people.
Gang gang. Here trying to help out, man. Just trying to
help who?
Just
he was like, tough love. Take this, Tim. Wow, get out my house. First
he said, take 2 of these. Don't even call me back. Not in the morning, not in the afternoon. You take it.
Damn. Light-skinned King David in the building. What the hell?
I love everything PK saying.
You done,
though,
PK?
It's true, though, man.
Go. I passed the ball.
Okay. He threw sick to alley-oop. Sick, how you going to finish it? You going to dunk the ball? You going to give it for a pretty layup?
I'm going to have to dunk it because you know what? I approve of everything that PK said. Don't get it twisted. It's not his fault. It's not his fault. Everything he's saying is true, and it just sounds that bad. It is what it is. What more do you want people to say? I really don't understand how these people could sit here and disrespect Austin Evans, because he's one of the few people who's actually doing real journalism out here in these streets right now.
That's a fact.
Okay.
108 Dragons TV welcomes Living Split Screen Podcast to the show.
He puts up a video and doesn't back off the situation and say, "Oh, I'm sorry," or apologize. No, he doubled down on what he said. Okay,
yeah, to make a separate video, serious one.
Yeah, right. And I tweeted that out, and I said in that, respect to him for doing that, and he saw it. So hopefully, he takes that to heart, because I respect what he did, and he needs to hear, that from people right now.
That's a fact.
Because they're coming at him, and he's not deserving of none of that. He should be praised and respected for what he did, because this is what it's supposed to be like from all these outlets who don't do this. Okay, all they do is hype things up, like people are supposedly supposed to be upset that the update for Cyberpunk to make it into next gen may not come out this year.
We're gonna talk about that later.
Right. So, but I'm just saying it's the same mindset there. Like the press is telling you things and you instantly like this is the way you feel now because they told you instead of doing, real journalism to find out what's going on, the deals that are being made. Like, it shouldn't take these court cases to reveal some of the things that we already knew.
Right.
We should have already known because the press had did the work to find out for us. This is a demo that I should have seen on IGN or wherever else, okay? Why is it for all the outlets that went out to see the Steam Deck, only Linus Tech Tips was ready with equipment and questions and things to do to get the most out of his time to give us the real facts,
What I'm
okay?
talking about, man. Get your lemon on, baby. Let's go. Press my
All the
shoulders
other
off.
dudes sat there and talked a lot of the obvious, blah, 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 that we generally already knew about the Steam Deck when they first announced it. The only dude who really got us real new, fresh info to work with was Linus Tech Tips because he went out there and he did his job. And that's exactly what Austin did. And Austin got crapped on for by a small but loud segment of a community because it's not the part of the community I represent. I know that much, right? Because I'm a gamer and these are not gamers. These are freaking children who sit there and whine and complain because they're upset that the truth makes on the platform they want to cap for look bad.
Facts.
Sony made it look bad.
Facts.
Not Austin. Austin is just presenting you the facts. If you want to get upset about the facts, I suggest you get some help because that's not how an adult should act. Period.
Or go out there and spend your $1,000, get that shipped to your house, and then you do your own video on unbreaking and then prove them wrong.
Facts.
How about that?
I mean, what's to prove?
That's my point.
It doesn't seem like there was nothing to prove. They were just upset, and they had they was in their feelings, and they got emotional, and they had a reaction.
How can you be upset about the truth? It's
the
truth.
Exactly.
And we're gonna get it.
That's not how to act.
I'm gonna say a situation that we're gonna talk about later, man, with this Horizon Zero Dawn, Forbidden West. But I'm gonna tell y'all something about something that happened to me on Facebook. Me and Sensei was so behind the scenes, it's crazy. But we're gonna get into the next topic. We're gonna keep the show pushing. And let me ask everybody a question. Is Insomniac exclusive to PlayStation? Anybody on the panel can answer?
Is Insomniac exclusive?
Yes, they bought it.
Now they should be,
They bought them.
They are. Okay. Is Spider-Man exclusive to PlayStation?
No.
Currently, they're paying
the game
for it,
that they published is, but Spider-Man.
I'm talking about
games.
The game that they got coming, that they have. Miles Morales and Spider-Man, right?
They have the publishing rights, yes.
It's exclusive, right?
Yeah, that particular game.
Okay. Microsoft bought ZeniMax, right?
Yeah.
But there's this what? Exclusive, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to bring up a situation. Once again, during this week, we get rumblings of PlayStation fans talking about it's a timed exclusive. Now, when Sony buys a company and they didn't buy MLB, they was renting it.
That's a licensed product.
Right. So I'm going to say this for the record. Microsoft owns ZeniMax, which has a multitude of companies beneath it, right? Bethesda, all these games. Listen, during this week, I wanted to tackle this for the last time, and you will never hear this again. But people, panel, please tell me why do the PlayStation people, as fans, see, I want to play Spider-Man, I own a PS5. Okay? Why do they keep saying that Starfield is going to PlayStation? Y'all don't have to stay on this long because it's been beat to death, but I wanted to bring it up because it started again Monday. So please talk to me. Our guest, please drop some knowledge on these people, man.
Look, I've seen this on Twitter. I've seen people go asking Irene, Green, hey, your statements are vague. Is this for real? Pete Hines, is this real? Last time you said this, something came. Tomb Raider wasn't exclusive, but look, it came out everywhere. Two things is that ZeniMax is now a Microsoft under the Microsoft umbrella. So anything coming out of ZeniMax, unless they say otherwise, it will be exclusive. Unless they say otherwise, legacy titles, right? If you're talking about Tomb Raider is a situation where it's third party, and they just like they did with Destiny on the Sony side, where they kept content away from other consoles for one full year with weapons and camos. Same thing with Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider at the time, the exclusivity on it, console timed exclusive, was given to Microsoft for whatever reason. When I see these guys, and I always do this. When I see these tweets about is Starfield coming to to other platform, you got to be clear about that. When I see the accounts that are tweeting this out, I automatically go to trolls. These are trolls. They cannot be real about saying it's still coming somewhere else. They could not. I don't know how much clear cut, dry Pete Hines and Aaron can come up with. They even did it on Twitter this week and say, "Hey, nothing is. It's you're reaching." Like Pete Hines had to put a meme out there that shows people reaching for a straw. You're reaching now. If you want to play Starfield, get yourself Game Pass on whatever platform it's available on. There's no shame in doing that. You clearly want to play Starfield.
Facts.
Go get yourself the platform that plays Starfield and play Starfield. It has nothing to do with the console. But again, when I see these guys tweeting these things out, these are troll accounts. These are guys who are known, with thousands and thousands of followers, and they're just trolling the crap out of Xbox, and that's what they're known for. I don't take any of that serious. But for Pete's sake, no pun intended, stop this nonsense. It ain't coming to PlayStation. It's just not. If you want to play it, pick up a Game Pass and save yourself a buck or two and play it on Game Pass. That's it. It's that simple, man. You're gonna get AAA title game for $15. That's it.
Yeah, okay. Before we go into the my super team of tech dudes, shout out to King Yobi, $5
Super chat.
CASHAPP or no
CASHAPP.
For peace and love, you are one of the few that I look up to, bro. It's greatly appreciated, man. I respect the hell out of you. You definitely support this channel, man, and you're part of the reason that you and many other people is part of the reason that I just keep pushing and keep giving y'all this organic content, man, and just try to keep it fresh, clean, and honest. Thank you, my brother. Listen, Sick, talk to me.
Yep.
Talk to me. What did you think about this whole resurgence of this nonsense? Like, we gotta kill this off, man. You gotta kill this, we got to kill it off, man. Talk to me. What did you think about this?
I don't know. I don't know what we got to use. Raid, SAR bomba, nuclear weapon. I mean, it doesn't work on hurricanes apparently, so maybe we could use it on these cockroaches. No, wait. Cockroaches survive nuclear weapons. We can't do that either. I don't know, man. I don't know because the thing about it is, it's supposed to be knowledge, education, will set you free when you understand what's going on. But if you notice the way they lie, it's clear they do know the facts. You see it in the lies, the things they keep out, the details they keep out when they're framing their point, that they know the truth because they ignore certain things they should mention. So I think Sensei is right. This is just the trolls that are left now, and are there for the clout. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad. It's eyes on their track.
108 Dragons
with more
TV
numbers, higher hits, likes, views, even if it's downvotes. That's still interaction with their stuff. Okay? This is why I say, mute, don't block, or they don't know. They don't win off of that because they see it as a win. You don't even view their content if you already know they're doing some kind of crap that's just not with what you're doing. Don't bother with it. I'm not saying don't listen to opposing viewpoints. But
yeah, opposing viewpoints is different than listening to somebody who's different.
Right, who's just trying there for drama and attention. You already know what these people are about. Ignore them. Mm-hmm. Don't view their content. Don't give it downvotes. If YouTube or whatever suggested to you, tell those apps you don't want them.
Do not recommend channels.
You don't want their content. Don't recommend. Don't do any of that. You slowly won't see that stuff. The algorithms will start figuring it out. But once again, don't just be in an echo chamber of what you want to hear either, though. You got to still understand opposing viewpoints to understand what's going on. It's all about the knowledge. That's the most important thing. But these people are just straight trolls. That's all that's left. The people who don't know just don't know. The Joe average, who's going to be, let's say, 85+% of the people who buy these consoles up by the time the generation is over and it's all said and done and counted and whatnot. It's not us hardcores. It's the regular people who don't even know one way or another. They just listen to people like us, right? And so if they see us arguing, they're not going to listen to us at all because they just see that we're just blah 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 all day. They don't care. They just want to play. They, simple to them. So you want to keep it that way. So I think, who cares what these people got to say? Don't listen to them. And I mean, they're becoming a smaller and smaller and smaller group because they continually. It's not even a weekly or a monthly thing. Now it's nearly daily. Sometimes multiple times in a day. They clown themselves, and the game community as a whole is like, here's another example of the clowns going at it again. So
did he just do
name.
He just did a sound effect, Sensei. You heard that?
I think that was actually me hitting my headset.
No, that was definitely a Hollywood sound effect.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So either way, it's just it is what it is. It's becoming a smaller and smaller thing. Like the perception of everything is starting to change. I think the last piece of the puzzle has to be the press, and I've been complaining about this a lot lately. The press, they seem to control the narratives or start the narratives in a different way from the people you see on Twitter and whatnot, but equally as bad, I think, especially for them because they're supposed to be the ones who are responsible. Instead of doing an Austin Evans or a Linus tech tips, they're doing insert Twitter, PlayStation, or Nintendo troll here. I'm not gonna sit there and name the names of these clowns, but that's what it is.
We don't do that. PK, man. Now I know we watched at E3. I can't think of the lady's name right now, but she walked out and said yes. No.
Sarah Bond?
It was no. It was Todd Howard that walked out on stage and said yes, Starfield is exclusive. Do you remember that? I mean, you don't get more blatant than that. So what do you think with these trolls? Why they just can't adapt to the knowledge of y'all got Spider-Man, we got Starfield? I mean, what is going on? Why every other 3 weeks, 2 weeks, a month that we keep getting these trolls? Do they need attention or they're just in denial? Like sometimes you gotta go get that fix. You gotta go get that AAA meeting help. I mean, come on. What do you think it is, PK?
Well, like I said, it's not a me and them type of situation because I got them all. At the end of the day,
he like a Pokemon catcher.
This is my thing. If you only have one platform and upset that another platform has a game you want to play, there's only one way to fix that. Nobody seems to cry that they have to buy a Switch to play Nintendo games. Everybody just accept that rule. But it seems like it's always controversial when it comes to the Xbox platform. I don't understand that mentality. You're never going to play Mario on PlayStation. You're never going to play Mario on Xbox unless it's an emulator or some sort of mod. But that's okay. Everyone accept. I have to play Zelda. I got to get a Switch.
Right.
Matter of fact, it goes for PC too, right? For the longest of time, we couldn't play games like, most of the Blizzard games, right? You have to get Battle.net and play them on PC. For the most part, that's where you had to go play. But that was acceptable. You knew this, everyone knew this, and now we got to the point where everyone has their own launcher, and it's getting to the point where unless you have an Epic launcher or a Steam launcher, sometimes GOG. I know, console guys don't understand this, but it's the same type of deal, right? You understand that if you want to play these games for, you have to download or get on that launcher.
Right.
And just because it's on PC doesn't mean it's not still segregated. They still have their own system.
Epic deals, Ubisoft store deals. Continue.
GOG, EA, they all have their own launcher. They all have their own stores, and they all want you to come to them to spend money directly. With that in mind, it's like you understand that when that comes to that point where there's exclusivity, you got to do what you got to do if you want to play that content. And I think these guys are still trying to play on words because it was said that some games may not be exclusive. But let's be honest, we're talking about games that make sense to be multi-plat.
Correct.
We're also talking about games that already had contracts to be multi-plat. It doesn't matter at the end of the day, since it's owned by Microsoft, majority of any new IP that does not make sense to be multi-plat will be exclusive to any platform that has Game Pass. And why would anyone spend 50 or 70 billion or 80 billion or 100 billion dollars on anything just to do business as usual?
Facts.
Nobody does that.
Facts.
They do it and they have a strategy. They also understand that sometimes multi-plat makes sense. Minecraft multi-plat makes sense. Right?
That's a fact.
It makes sense because it already has a fan base. There's no reason to change that. Matter of fact, they extended the multi-plat to ensure that it doesn't matter what platform you play on, even if it's mobile, you can play with anybody on Minecraft anywhere they are.
Facts.
So they took it even further than that. So where it makes sense, they're gonna do it.
And you got with that being said, you brought up a great point. Shout out to Microsoft for putting Xbox live on the Switch, because you have to sign into Xbox and on PlayStation to join Minecraft to play online. That's an amazing feat. Nobody talks about that. Go ahead, PK. I'm sorry.
But I mean, at the end of the day, it's gonna be like this. You guys gotta stop being emotional about something that you guys probably wouldn't even buy anyway. Most of these guys that are complaining, if you go look at their play history, they don't even play these games, dude. They don't even have a gaming library. They might buy games, but they don't even have a history of playing. They might turn them on for a quick second just to get their first quote unquote trophy, and then it's over. I mean, there's guys on the Xbox side do the same thing.
Facts.
This is what I don't understand. You guys call yourselves gamers, but you are afraid to play things outside of your typical. And don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on anybody. I'm gonna say this. I ain't hating on anybody who enjoys Madden 2K, Call of Duty, all the yearly games, right? Or even all of the free games or freemium games. I play PSO. That's a freemium game itself.
Awesome game.
But it's also it's also only on Xbox. But no one's crying about this. They just accept it like this is okay. You know why? Because it's not a game that they are playing. They're not invested. And that's kind of what I'm saying. It's like these people that are complaining are typically people who do not play games like the rest of us do. If you see how much time I put into PSO, I have 80 days worth of game time in that game. 80 days.
I'm gonna have to call my sister-in-law. We're gonna have to change that, man.
Now, but that's not subtracting any other time I put in anything else.
Right.
And I'm saying that's not even counting my time on the PC playing PSO. That's only on Xbox. Now and all I'm saying is that it doesn't matter to me. If I like the game, I'm going to play it.
I got you. Okay.
And what's crazy is this is what I'm gonna end it this. My favorite game on the PlayStation 4 platform, one of my favorite games, it doesn't even get praised. And it's one of the best games on the PlayStation platform, and that's Detroit Becomes Human.
Woo!
They do not
Shout out to
talk
Yobi
about
in the chat.
that game.
Facts.
They don't talk about it. They want to talk about Spider-Man. Let me be honest. Spider-Man is mediocre. When you play
Oh!
Arkham series, that is destroying it in every single way possible.
Woo!
There is no comparison. Is it the best Spider-Man game? Yes, but that's not saying much considering that the license sat with
Fired.
Activision for
Look.
10 years.
Die behind cars. This boy is crazy.
So let's stop it with this. You guys don't even play the best that your platform had to offer. I do. I spent the money. I sat there and did the dug into it, you know. And don't get me wrong, my perception may not be your perception. Everybody might feel differently.
Head
That's
to the
cool.
hills. Tsunami's coming.
But at the same time,
Boy,
Horizon Zero Dawn is boring.
Oh!
I don't care. I don't care what none of y'all saying. You can't talk nothing to me because I got the best
Yo,
version.
Matrix, shut
and
his
that's
mic
on
off.
PC. That's on PC, cuz not even a PS4 Pro can put in the graphics I can.
Oh.
Okay?
Let them
Relax.
fight. That's what I say.
Relax.
Let
And
them
I ain't
fight.
gotta pay a toll. And I know we ain't talking about that right now, but I'm just giving that as a lesson. You guys need to take your feelings out of trying to throw a narrative because you want to play a game.
Oh,
Hey,
Lord.
if you got the money to dox people and got time and energy to sit there and do all that research on somebody else, dude, go buy you another system and play some games. You apparently got too much time in your hands to be crying about stupid stuff. That includes the petitions and all this other ridiculous stuff.
Yo,
You
drop
got
the mic.
more important stuff to worry about. You guys out here clowning, making everybody look bad.
Yo, somebody put a leash on this guy. He crazy. You done?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Go ahead, bro.
Yo,
Pass the
listen,
ball.
I'm taking the great stance of my man Yobi. Peace and love to everybody. This is a PG-13 channel. The bodies that he's leaving, that's on him. My boy PK is killing a non-gamer.
He said nothing wrong. He said nothing
Yo,
wrong.
listen,
He's a gamer.
my man Carlo, aka Clowns, with that Cash App, $15 for no sleep till Brooklyn. And I'm glad you put that in the chat because I got my phone on vibrate. Pause. But thank you, Mr. Clowns, 4G QTV host, and we got one of your panel members, the light skinned assassin, because he must have heard this Drake album because he's pissed off today. I don't know what came into PK. Them curls must be going straight. He must be a little off his sauce. I don't know what it is, PK. But you know what? Being that you are so aggressive today, I'm going to make sure I play every game I own in one day so you do not assassinate me, because next week I'm doing the podcast with a bulletproof vest on all them shots you throwing. Jesus. Jesus. Yo, chat, welcome everybody, man. Y'all are so damn lit. I appreciate everybody in here. We appreciate you, man. Without y'all, there is no us. We about to move into another topic, man. Hopefully, it's peace, love, and life. Shout out to Yoda. Because, goddamn, PK, man. Boy. We're gonna get into the cyberpunk situation. I want to get y'all dudes' perspectives. I've seen a lot of different podcasts with great point of views. Sensei, man, the Cyberpunk and The Witcher, which is one of my favorite games that I didn't put 200 hours in because I'm not a fraud. We don't do fraud police around here. But they say it's still on target for 2021, both of these next-gen patches. And it possibly could slip into 22. What did you think about this news? And do you think it's going to help this game? People say, oh, the game, this might not help it come back. It sold 13 million copies in the first 3 days. It doesn't need a comeback. You know what I'm saying? But tell me something, man. Tell me something.
I'm in the minority when it comes. I mean, I have a Series X. So I'm in the minority of the game coming out broken, buggy, because I was lucky enough to play the game in a state that it wasn't as bad as most
Xbox
people
Series
would.
S, we didn't have a lot of problems. Facts.
We didn't have that many problems. The PC side didn't have any problems. So it was mainly on the, I guess, last gen like the last gen PS4, X1, that kind of stuff. My thing is that I didn't put much hours into, put about 25, 30 hours in Cyberpunk. Haven't finished yet because as soon as they said the next gen patch is going to be worked on, I said pause because I really want to experience it. It needs to be experienced.
I did the same thing.
So when they coming out with this tweet saying it's still on track for 2021, it may slip into 2022. That's when I said put your head down, stop tweeting, and get to work. Just do what you got to do and get the game right and bring it out. Forget about. You're gonna get murdered in the chats. You're gonna get murdered in Twitter. You're gonna get because nobody is gonna be happy about what you're talking about, regardless. Because for those who had the bad experience, you can't change their mind. Everybody's trying to compare No Man's Sky to this and saying, "Oh, but No Man's Sky did it." Nobody gave a shit about No Man's Sky. Nobody.
Facts.
When that thing came out, broken as it was, yeah, everybody blinked, went to sleep, and forgot about that. The moment they came back and 2 or 3 people started talking about how the update was great and all this time they put into it now is great. One thing the devs did in No Man's Sky, one thing they did over there is they put their head down and they kept it going until it was ready to be presented. I need CD Projekt Red to do this. Put your head down and get to work.
Stop talking.
Yeah, stop talking. Get focused on what you're doing. I'm saying they're not focused, but get into that. Get into the nitty gritty of what you're gonna do, because I can't wait for that next gen update to come out, because that's how it needs to be played. It's how I saw that E3 presentation when they showed it, and I need them to just put their head down and keep working. But I'm excited. Hopefully it does come out this year, and if it does slip into 2022, hopefully not too long. But I know they're trying to get it right, and that's all that matters at the end of the day.
That's a fact. And I remember 2019 E3. I saw it. Private presentation. I saw this game, man. And what I put on my Xbox Series X is what I saw at that presentation. Now, I'm going to put my 2-piece in before I go to my 2. I might go to PK first because he's angry, but I mean second because
I ain't angry, guys. Come on, bruh.
I don't know.
Passionate, just like the rest of y'all. Let's keep it honest.
Yo, listen. I respect your passion, but I'm staying out of your lane today because you scary. But when I saw the presentation, privately, awesome presentation. When I got my Series X, I bought it for one of my close friends, right? Because he wouldn't play it. I said, yo, listen, it's not as bad as people saying. That's last gen people. We got Series X's and, I got a PS5. I ain't tried on that, but they said it ran good over there too, because it was definitely not built for last gen. It definitely is built for forward. So, 18 frames per second. We've seen that before. Rainbow Six Siege. I mean, Vegas. 1 and 2. There was 15 frames. But in this day and era, when people's more aware of frame rates and everything, every game that's open world has bugs. Everything. World of Warcraft was terrible for about 2 years. Look where it's at today. Elder Scrolls Online. Disgusting. Fallout 76. Disgusting.
Hold on.
Final Fantasy 14 had to redo the entire game.
So, but these games are built with longevity in mind, and you have to understand these developers are bringing. There's thousands and thousands of different scenarios in Grand Theft Auto, in The Witcher, in Cyberpunk. It's not a game that's linear. They're having conversations 2 miles away from you. Things are happening all over the city. The traffic is changing. People are buying food in the market. Listen, people, give these developers a chance. Stop being so critical like you know what you're talking about. Yes, you want your games to come out and be perfect. No game is perfect, man. No game is perfect. We're in an age where games are coming out with bugs. They fix them. They patch them. Now, if they don't address it, then you take their head off. Don't give me something and just say, oh, whatever. You don't do that. But they're hitting it with patches. They're trying to correct the game. Yes, they should have skipped last gen. Yes, but they wanted that money. 70 million consoles and 100 million consoles. You got 170 million consoles between PlayStation and Xbox. Who's going to say I'm not putting the game on that platform when they want the money? They spent millions to give you a product. So we have to be a little bit less judgmental and more understanding. And nobody wants a broken game. But nothing is perfect. Back in my day, when you got a broken cartridge and it had a glitch, you stuck.
Stuck with that glitch.
You have no fix. So
can we talk about those Nintendo games at $80, $90? Can we talk about that? Exactly. We were stuck with glitches and bugs.
Stuck.
Ain't no fixing it. Ain't no day one patch.
Right. So with that being said, PK, the angry Nintendo Pokemon collector, aka, no, I ain't gonna do it to you, son. I did enough. Shine a little light on this, and less darkness.
I mean, I feel like people need to just chill. Like that, like I said, it's a year now. People coming back to Marvel's Avengers after Black Panther release.
And you was one of the biggest critics.
Yeah, I mean, I still am, but the game is fun. It's in a better spot than it was when it first launched, and that's kind
It's
of
good
what
to
I'm
hear.
getting at.
Now it's safe for me to play. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
It's in a lot better spot, a lot. And don't get me wrong, they can always improve, and that's what it's about.
Right,
But
right.
it's a lot better spot than it was when it first launched, and that's saying a lot. You don't understand. I'm a fan, and for it to be the launch the way it did, I was super critical.
Now you're not
But
biased because they dropped that Black Panther, are you? Because
no,
I know how
no,
you are.
no,
Fight
no,
power.
no. Don't get me wrong. Black Panther is one of my favorite characters, and
Facts. He wasn't mine until the
but
movie. I
but
ain't gonna lie.
but the game itself, they did a lot. Like I said, the game came out, the in-game content you couldn't even play with your friends on. Like the Mega Hives, you had to do it by yourself. And it was the hardest content in the game at the time. And there was no way, unless you spent hours and hours and hours getting like 5 characters to level 150. Which is backwards, right? This is a co-op game. You put the main content that you got to do, the hardest content to do by yourself. That's backwards. So now you can play with any hero you want. You can have multiple heroes of the same heroes. I mean, they did a lot. They even got the new next gen patch. Remember, that didn't launch with the game either.
That's a fact.
HDR support, all that good stuff never came as the game launched, but here we are. Much better shaped game, a lot less glitches, a lot less game crashes. The game's just in better state.
Okay.
Period. It's a
Good.
much
It's good to
enjoyable
hear from
game.
you.
They have a lot of stuff to
Good to
play. If you guys have not tried it, I say it's a good time. And I get it. You might have a lot of games on your plate, but however, if you got an itch, there it is. It's a good one to scratch. I mean, I see Cyberpunk in the same light, bro. It's like, again, I keep asking you, what was the track record of Witcher 3? How many people had Witcher 3 when it launched? I know for a fact, not console players, okay?
Well,
And I know for a fact they don't know what it was like in the beginning.
I'm gonna tell you this. Shout out to my brother Sick. He watched me build my PC before I built a new one. And when I bought my 980 Ti, The Witcher 3 came with it. That was the first time we saw it in 4K. And that was like, what, 2015, Sick? We can't hear you.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's what when I put on that hair tessellation NVIDIA status, I said, oh my God, the wind blowing in his hair is like, oh Diane. I was kind of like, I was a fan then watching it, and we
like
both
a
was like
Pantene commercial or something. Yeah.
I put everything on ultra. The draw distance was crazy. It was sharp as hell. So I'm like, yo, what could they possibly bring for a next gen patch with this game? Because that was 2015, and I was like super impressed. And it got updates to be even with more graphics. But the hair tessellation switch, most people couldn't even run it back then. You really had to have an SSD and a powerful PC, like powerful, like because it drew a lot of It takes a lot to get that game to look
Even
good.
at the time that I was playing it with a 2080, it still struggled to have all that crap turn on at ultra.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
It still struggled. You could not run it at 60 frames with all that crap.
No, I was running at 30. I was running at 30.
Impossible.
Yeah, I was running at 30.
When that's what I'm saying. So in beginning, think about it. I got it when all the DLC was released.
Yeah, I had it early.
Oh, so that was all the content.
Yeah, I didn't have all the content.
It was a different, and it was a different game when I got it, and it still had patches left that they put on that game since then.
And I gotta shout out somebody in the chat. Shout out to K Mega, man. I used to watch him stream this game. He got over maybe 200, maybe 300 hours into this game. He the only person I know got that much time in that game. And I've seen stuff in that game, and I'm just like, I didn't even see that. And he was playing on console. But
The Witcher?
yeah, he got mad hours and he got mad out. One thing I gotta say for that game, the only person I've ever seen put that much hours into that particular title is K Mega. Shout out to him.
K Mega, yep.
Because I was
Facts.
like, God damn. I was like, I say pause this game. I'm possibly never going to see next gen patch or not. But let me get let me go to sick on this, man. What do you think about this whole thing? You know, the taking of the time with Cyberpunk, the next gen patch, and if it skips out, and The Witcher, because I'm really more excited for The Witcher because on the Xbox Series X, the game looks fine. Like I don't need ray tracing to shut down something else. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a resource
Cyberpunk
hog.
looks dope as it is. Yeah,
Right, it looks
absolutely.
dope. So I'm one of them people that said, "Well, I ain't had that problem." I hate to say that, but last gen had a lot of problems. But when I played the game, like I said, I bought it from one of my close friends. We all know him, but I bought it for him, and I said, "Listen, dude, just play it. Just play it." You know what I'm saying? It's not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Get a game to try. It's beautiful. I showed him one scene on my phone. I recorded with my phone and recorded it. It was the scene when you go, you talk to these mechanical face guys, and they got lights all over them. And it's like I don't know if they mercenaries, but I know they was like a gang. I know they was a gang. And you had to get something from them. And you got that one dude that comes out, he says, "I ain't giving you nothing." And he's big as hell. I said, "Yo, did you see this one scene? These graphics are insane." So I showed it to him on my cell phone. He was like, "Yo, that looks good." Then I end up buying it for him as a gift on Xbox, and he ended up picking up his collector's edition, which is sitting over here on my right. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was a beautiful thing, man. Sick. Tell me about this whole situation. Do you think they should just take their time and do what they need to do, like Sensei said? You know, give me your opinion on that.
So before I was talking about the press, and here's the best example of that, right? Because I saw the headline. Oh, they may not, indicating they're not sure if they can get this next gen patch out this year. I'm thinking to myself, oh, woe is me. Whatever shall I do? I have so many games to play, and now I may not get to play Cyberpunk in ray tracing and other next gen effects on one of the most pretty games I've seen in 10 years. Oh no, whatever shall I do? But meanwhile, the press is like, oh my, the pack may not come out this year. What are we gonna do? Oh my god, no.
Right. They doing
Once
too
again,
much.
they're doing too much, and everybody's opinion, all the discussion is based on the way they frame the news. That's it. Like, what the hell is wrong? And all of you are like sheep. You just go for it. You fall for it. So I can't believe it. Like, really?
Hold
Most
on.
of you are like,
I don't want to interrupt you, son, but I have to. Sensei, shout out to the first podcast that the host is dropping sound effects, but the co-host is dropping sound effects live. Hollywood status.
I should get an Emmy for this shit, right? I should get an Emmy for this. But no, but really, like,
you're putting that ball up there, man. What the hell?
We're raising the ball over here with the Dragons Den, baby. Huh? Hey, listen.
I mean, woo.
Yeah, sick. I'm sorry.
No, but really, like, they're saying they could, and folks, let's make this clear, because this is a bit of the undercurrent of the whole conversation. This is not the bug fix patch to fix the game type situation. We've been getting those. The fact is, this game is very stable now. Beyond what normally should have been expected from the game at launch, it's already past that in terms of stability. The performance is better, even on the next gen. On last gen, I mean, they're sticking closer to 30. The frame rates are smoother, okay? The frame times are better. It's performing better. Less bugs, okay? This is not the fix it to make it playable patch. They've been did that.
Yeah,
and if you had next gen, right, and if you had it on next gen, you were pretty good the whole time from day one. I know I was. And most everybody, it's consistent. The stability is consistent with the power of the platform. You got the PC, if you got a high-end PC, right? Got the Series X, PS5, Series S, One X, PlayStation 4, and then the original
The vanilla
Xbox One.
systems, right.
In that order, basically in that order, exactly. I think actually, yes. So that's what it was. But now the major bugs and issues are gone. They're gone. Even things nobody. Every time they come out with a bug fix, go look at the change log. It's multiple pages.
Multiple.
Right.
Did you see the last thing they dropped? It was about 5 pages long. I fell asleep.
Yeah, I don't bother.
It'd be multiple gigs. I think the last one was like
if it's not
gigs.
something direct, like, oh, we fixed it where this gun was breaking the game, I don't read it. I mean, literally, because these pages had it was like Bible pages with small print. I'm good.
It was long.
It was a lot of pages. It was a lot of pages.
Mike in the chat talking about bad.
But I say it all the time because like people seem to be like sheep because they just heard what the press and they just run with it. And this is a more not per platform type of situation. Gamers as a whole are doing. Okay.
Hey, if I may, this is where I have an issue though. I have an issue with this. It's a little off topic, but I have an issue with this. There's a lot of people who play these games and they play them in a broken state. And because they had that experience, they push that experience on everybody else. Because I had a bad experience, you are going to have a bad experience.
You know what?
Bad experience.
But Sensei, you brought up a valid point because you know why the voices was big with disrespect with this game? Because most people had last gen consoles that bought it. If they didn't put it on those last gen systems, first of all, they wouldn't have got that 13 million in the first 3 days.
Yep.
But if they didn't put it on the last gen systems, there wouldn't have been these complaints. This wouldn't have happened because it doesn't run like that on PS5, PC, and Xbox.
It didn't run like that on One X.
No, it ran at a bad frame rate on One X, but the graphical glitches, like the pop in with people popping in right in front of you, that was definitely vanilla PlayStation and definitely the first Xbox in 2013.
Yeah,
that was a fact. But I'm talking about One X. We know is way more advanced than those consoles. But you're right. It's that problem stopped at the Xbox One X, right? But still, the majority of the console sold was not another $500 console, right? They don't got a ton of people with One X's either. So the majority of people
only speaking from experience. That's the only reason I said
No, that's a fact. I'm agreeing with you, but I'm saying the majority of people got what console? Vanilla PlayStations and Xboxes. The Don Magic Xbox. You know that. You know that can't run it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real here. You know what I'm saying? Like Phil said, my generation started with Series S. I mean, Xbox One S and X. Remember, he blatantly said that out loud. That's when I took over. Xbox One S and One X, and then we moving forward. You know what I'm saying? He made sure he separated himself from that other Xbox, aka the 720p machine. Shout out to Quantum Break, one of the best games looking at 720p ever, underrated. Still 160 gigs of your memory, but damn.
Give me that boost in that game, please.
But that remember what I was saying, 108. Everybody's complaining about ray tracing and 4K and all that. But again, there's no ray tracing nor 4K on the Switch, yet people are still buying it like it's nothing.
Yeah, people are buying it. And
listen,
they're buying the
I'm not a ray tracing dude. I don't need shiny reflections.
All I'm saying is they still talk about trying to play Doom and Witcher on the Switch, even though we know that's not the. I mean, if that's all you got, that's all you got.
Right.
That's not where you would go to play the Switch.
I'm not. Listen, I bought a Switch for Nintendo titles. I wouldn't. Listen. I played The Witcher on the Switch. That was a mistake.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
I didn't buy it, but I played it. That was a mistake.
Don't get me wrong. You know, I buy Mario Rabbids, Mega Man 11. I mean,
and they look fine.
My Switch library is bigger than PlayStation all day, every day. But I'm just saying, nobody is complaining about 4K and ray tracing. They buy it, they play it, and they move on. Matter of fact, that game that's on the screen right now is not 4K and ray tracing. But people are going to buy it and play it and not give it crap.
You okay? You need a group hug. Yo, everybody, man. Type hug for my boy. Type in hug in the chat for my boy. Something wrong with my boy PK, man. That Drake album must have really messed him up. Damn.
It was mainly the Kanye album. I'm sorry, that was
God,
boring. That wore me out.
Yo. Damn. Woo. It's crazy out here in these gaming streets, man. All right. We're going to move on, man. Listen, we got 2 negative topics and 2 positive topics. So that's 4 topics left, man. And we are at an hour and 22 minutes at 9 topics. Let's go. I love it, man. I love it. 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 So now, I'm gonna say this for the record, man. People always aim for the fences when it comes to games, right? People always try to say, oh, this game's killer. It's killer. So now, we've seen many games come out and try to challenge Halo. There's only one game that's been successful for first-person shooting alien weapons, stories, multiplayer, on a magnitude of blockbuster movie earnings, money generated. It's only Halo. You have your Crisis of the Worlds, don't come close. You have your HUDs. Remember that game HUD? Ooh, I want to act like I didn't see that. And then you had games like Resistance Fall of Man. But this game that we about to talk about was supposed to be the Halo killer. And it looks like
wait, you left one out. You left one out. Haze.
Who?
Haze, that with the yellow mask.
That's what I meant to say. I said HUD. That's what I was
saying.
Okay. You're
okay.
right. Thank you. That's not God. See, this Boricua's gonna say, huh? That Bacalao brother in the building. Let's go. Listen, Haze. That game was terrible. That's the only game I ever took back to GameStop, so I want all my money back. Only game in my life. It was Haze. I said HUD. Haze. That's the game. But listen, this game I'm about to talk about has officially been canceled. Delete. Series over. 2 versions of the game came out. They got caught lying that it was 1080p at launch. We are talking about Killzone. With the cinematic cutscenes, dudes riding on floating skateboards from Back to the Future 2. It was crazy. Gunplay, aliens, action. And it's
I don't understand it because Killzone
was labeled the Halo killer by Sony.
It
they said that. But you aiming for the fence, baby. You can't hit grand slams if you can't get on first base or you can't pick up the bat to swing with no arms. Facts. So this week it is official on PlayStation that they thank the fans for the support for years, which that's a story in itself. But what happened to Killzone?
First of all, I didn't even know this game was still a thing, okay? Because the last Killzone I bought on... Hey, listen, I hate Killzone for a lot of reasons, but and I don't care what nobody said. That is a horrible FPS. Anytime that you only have a primary and a secondary, and you swap out your primary and it's a rocket launcher, you screwed for any other gunfight because you only got 2 shots in your rocket launcher. You got this a whole lot of stuff to... Hey, and don't get me wrong. Here's another issue. I unload a crap ton, like 2 clips in the dude. He don't die, but I can just punch him twice and he dies quicker. Then what's the point of even?
You see, chat, y'all not listening to me.
I might as well just run in. Listen, this is coming from a dude who played the games, though. You can't come at me crazy.
Listen,
I own the game. I know I have a right to be mad.
In the chat to type hug. H-U-G. Give me 3 letters for this brother. He needs a goddamn hug. I don't know what's wrong with PK today, man. He's a gentle mini giant right now.
Help me. Somebody tell me, am I lying?
The community.
Somebody tell me, am I lying?
You're not lying. But that's not the point. You all dropping those facts.
PK, I had the PSP version.
But damn.
The PSP version, that was
I guess that was your turn, huh?
Hey, I was done.
All right,
I was
Sensei.
like, yo, this is dumb.
Sensei,
I don't even know why I'm doing this.
Talk to me for PK get me kicked off YouTube for too many assassinations in one episode of the Dragon's Den. What did you think about the cancellation, brother?
Who, me or PK?
You I don't want PK no more. Yo, look, I'm like Roberto Duran. No mas.
Hey, I got front row tickets. I'm watching this.
He is slaughtering the gaming community today. What did you think about this cancellation, and do you think this is a disappointment for the fans? It's not a lot of them, but talk to me.
By the way,
you gonna talk about me? You just said not a lot of.
Yo, listen, I'm one of them though. When that game sold 500,000 back in the days, I was one of them. When that game didn't do nothing at launch on the PS4, yeah, no, was it 4? Damn, I don't remember. That's bad. I usually remember everything, but it's not a real good.
The first one was on PS2.
Nice, fan. Good job.
No, the last one wasn't on PS2. It was
PS3.
PS3.
Yes,
the last one was on PS4.
I had it. Believe me, I know.
Killzone, something fall, Shadowfall. I think is the last one. PS4.
Yo, somebody read K Mega in the chat. Yo. I'm gonna stop the show because y'all gonna stop this. No, read the chat, K Mega. Oh my god.
He says PlayStation just changed the upgrade for Horizon Zero Dawn to be free.
They did?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so
there you go.
Yeah.
Are you gonna get your refund out there? Because 108 is fraud, and he went ahead and spent some money.
Fraud police. Fraud police is at my front door right now. I said I'm playing the PS4 version. This is ridiculous. But I got a call. Shout out to my brother. I don't want to tell his name. I got hookups at GameStop. I had my DMs on some BS. But they told me, Lemon, look at the collector's edition. It includes the PS4 and the PS5 version, but it's $200. I was like, okay, pre-order that. Because I collect stuff. Fraud police on deck. And then he hit me up today. There's a red version. It's a little bit more money. I told him no on that one, though. I said, nah. Book ahead. Thank God they made it free. Thank you, K Mega, because now we got a positive subject to talk about. We're going to switch this around.
We ain't going to switch around because it took enough people to cry out. That's kind of what I'm talking about.
Okay, we can talk about it. Calm down, brother. You should have on horns.
We good.
You should have big ass horns on right now.
We good.
You look like Loki.
Hey, we good.
Okay. So what did you think about Killzone, Sensei? You finished with that or
what can I say?
Yo, look, Sensei. I've never been scared on my own podcast, but I got butterflies. I might have to run for the hills like Jason chasing me. I'm about to trip over like the white girl in the forest. And then crawl away. Oh my God, it's going to kill me.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Over here.
We can hear you.
Yeah, let me read this real quick. So first off, now the date is February 18th for Horizon. Okay. That's number one.
Wait, what was it before?
I don't know what it was before.
That is the date.
When they said the delay.
That is the date.
Oh, that's always.
Yeah, I think that was the date.
I didn't know
that's the date they meant. I was like, well, hey,
hold on. There's more. Okay. So this is straight from Jim Ryan. I also want to confirm today that moving forward, PlayStation first-party exclusive cross-gen titles newly releasing on PS4 and PS5, both digital and physical, would offer a $10 digital upgrade option from PS4 to PS5. This will apply to the next God of War and Gran Turismo 7 and any other exclusive cross-gen PS4 and PS5 title published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. So, don't go and get your Cabana drinks and start partying all night long just yet. They bent over for this one, but only this one.
They still didn't bend over.
Doing
$20 still paying.
Yo, can we wait to that topic? Can we wait? Can we wait?
You brought it up.
We on Killzone, sick. Shout out to the co-host for taking over.
Killzone's dead. Let's move on. That's dead. It's dead. It went. Nobody liked it. People forgot about it.
Y'all just want to go at Sony, huh? Hold on, man.
All I'm saying is, what other multiplayer game do they got that even made it?
That's what's more
made it at all. What is? Sorry.
Hey, Killzone is dead. I got nothing to add to that, man. It was a horrible experience to me. I played the PSP version as well. It was just. I think it was the fastest return game in GameStop history when I was working at the time at GameStop.
The first one, yeah. The first one really was.
Literally, like, they didn't even go into their house. They're already returning going, man.
Sensei, I got a real question for you.
Yeah.
Do you wear glasses because you were staring at those horrible monitors in GameStop for all those years?
This facts. You
That's a
hit it right.
fact. Yo, listen, I read a lot of. Listen, I get a lot of back inside information reading those screens through my team. Boy,
if y'all never looked at a GameStop computer screen, basically it was Pong, man. It was you were playing Pong back.
Oh, you talking about cheat?
It was yeah, cheap. They didn't have the cross-gen update.
Nah.
How cheap they were. No, but yeah, that Killzone working at a time at GameStop. Working at a time, I think it was the fastest return time. It was like literally, I had people come, they bought it, pick up their pre-order, walk out the store, and come back and say, "My grandma called me. She doesn't know about this game." Your grandma played? No, she just don't want you. It was hot garbage. Okay, and we'll return the game. I played every version of it when I played it when it came up for the PS3. I believe it was Killzone 2 was on 3.
Right.
I played it on PSP. I think it was called Liberation on PSP or something like that. The controllers were clunky. The multiplayer, let's not talk about it, irrelevant. And then it was just, it's like PK said, man, how is it that I can punch you 2 times? You die, but my bullets don't do nothing to you. Like, a whole click and a half for you to die.
Yep.
So
Facts.
Killzone was a Killzone killer. Period.
Yep.
It didn't reach SOCOM status, man. It was just poor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
now that my 2 assassins, my tech assassins, want to go at
no, hold on. I haven't said anything about Killzone yet. So no, I got something to say.
You still want to talk about it? Because PK killed it.
No, I got some more smoke for this.
Well, hurry up.
This fortunate series. Let's need to hurry up with the 9 topics. So listen, like first off, the first game, like he said, a whole clip and a half to kill one dude. Like, nah, son. These graphics, nah, son. Then they start the trend of calling a game a Halo killer.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And that was a curse forevermore. Every game that was marked as a Halo killer flopped. They didn't just not kill Halo because that was never going to happen, right? They all flopped. They all pretty much flopped where those games were disrespected off bat. So that's just the first thing. Then you went to the second one. They lied all these years about a CG cutscene. They were like, "Oh, those are graphics." No, come on, no. And then you finally play it. The game was actually kind of dope. Then you had that stupid input lag. Like, bro, and the controller? How the hell? And then in the next game, same thing. And they add 3D. Oh, but don't fix the input lag, but work on added 3D. Like, and then Killzone comes out to PS4. They claim it's 1080p. Now they're getting sued over because it was 1080i interlaced some. I don't even know what the heck they were doing with all of that. Like, come on, man. This series has been a flop failure off bat, and finally they putting it in the coffin and nailing it shut. It's about damn time.
Shout out to those Killzone fans that supported it all these years. Shout
out to Lemon who beat all those games, both of those games, and whatever.
If anybody like Killzone, man, you something wrong, bro. Something wrong.
All right. We're gonna move on because my PlayStation sponsorship is dead. Thank you. Listen, man. Listen. We're gonna keep it moving. Listen. Shout out to K Meg in the chat. And shout out to Sick for reading it. Let's talk about this Horizon Forbidden West debacle, which I thought was insane. Shout out to me for pre-ordering something that's $200 that I don't have to spend no more money. Shout out to me. Shout out to me. That's fraud, straight fraud alert, man. Fraud police on deck, man. But listen, what did y'all think about this new update of information that just happened for them backpedaling? Obviously they got a lot of backlash, but moving forward, it looks like we still gonna have to pay $10 for PlayStation upgrades. So, being that you read this first, Six Slayer,
yeah,
talk to me. What do you think about this now?
I think they're just throwing some cannon fodder out there to get shot up and to use up all the ammo of the people who got complaints against them. And that's it, because he made it clear. They're doing it this time. The games coming in the future, and he named games. God of War, Gran Turismo. There's going to be a $10 tax on doing that. Okay? So,
which is a $70 game. $70 game.
Yeah, so basically you're paying $70 on PS4 games on PS5.
Right. No, $70 for PS5 version of the game.
So I could buy it on PS4 for $60 and PS5
yes.
the same game.
Yes.
The same game. So I have to pay
that's what they've been doing.
To take advantage of
but hold on, let me say this for the record. Before we just destroy Sony.
Let's establish your facts.
Wait, let me finish. EA has been doing that too. And 2K.
And Take-Two.
Okay.
Yeah, 2K.
They're charging you for the next gen version. I have to spend $70 to play the new 2K on Xbox.
Yeah.
I know Xbox got smart delivery, but they don't smart care. You understand? They don't care. So it goes by the company. So we're not just going to say Sony's the only one doing it, because Activision is doing it too.
But they're doing it first part. We're talking about first party.
I don't know. We're not going to overlook that they're not the only company. That was my point. We're not going to act like Sony's the only one doing it.
Wait. I would say something to piggyback on something specifically when it's my turn. So I want to hear 6, and then I'm about to hook on the stick, and then I'm gonna destroy everything.
Again,
when it comes to Sony,
everybody, if you own a bulletproof vest, go get it, because PK's on fire today.
It's a wrap for him.
Shots too. I can't speak my mind. Like,
go ahead, bro. Go ahead, hit it. I'm with you.
Just establishing some facts, man. This is what it is.
Finish up.
I don't care that
finish up, Sick. Finish up, Sick. I just wanted to just bring up the point that Sony's not the only people doing it. It's really a lot of third parties too. So we're not going to make it about just Sony. Okay,
I get all of that. It's a first party platform, and they're doing it as a policy, as a general policy.
Yes.
Generally, all games on the platform, first party or not, are $70. It's the game that they are also releasing on their other platform for $10 less. Other companies and publishers and whatnot are doing that, and they're seen as negative for doing that too. So I don't see what that, the references of outsiders have anything to do with that.
No, because I wanted to bring that up, because we don't just bash. We just got to point out the facts.
It's not bashing. It's not my fault. These are the facts.
Right. Those are the facts. Right.
So he giving y'all a freebie on this game. Then he even named 2 games coming up where they're definitely going to be doing this with God of War and Gran Turismo. So now I'm one of those dudes who said, alongside you, Lemon, yo, $70. That's what it is. That's what it's going to be now.
Right.
But you know what? Sony and PlayStation is a platform that does that as a whole. And this is just a tactic to get people to calm down a little bit, because folks is mad. It's looking bad for them. But really, he also does make it clear that they're not stopping this at all anyway. This train isn't stopping. It's, instead of being 20, it's 10. But still, it's the same $10 tax for the same game. And they did that last generation, though, with the PS3 to PS4 games, right? Sony had a system like that. So on Xbox, I forget if certain games did that too. I want to say they did. I don't really remember. I want to say for Battlefield and such, they did that as well. So that was a thing last generation. But this generation, we have smart delivery on Xbox. And see, these are all the things that people like to clown that whole time. We're talking about smart delivery, what it was.
Right.
We're dropping the facts. All the podcasts were doing it. The press, everything was doing it. But there are all these loud voices out there making things cloudy and unclear for their own gain. So people don't understand what's going on. And that's what's happening. And you see the results of that now.
Okay.
Like, Sony's getting away with the same crap once again. And this doesn't appease much at all. It's just more of the same. You're just getting this one-time pass. Last time that's going to happen.
Listen, Microsoft just went through a situation where they try to raise live, and the community set up for gold. So, at least, Microsoft retracted. They tried to raise gold. So,
same thing here. Yeah.
And I'm not mad.
Right.
I'm not mad at them for making money, because these games do cost more than they did 15 years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not gonna kill them, but Microsoft, everybody ain't got Microsoft pockets to say no. Our game's still gonna be 60. Sony don't have it like that. And like I always say, no matter how much Sony, PlayStation is doing great for the most successful division out of a Sony company, every division steals money from them. So they're carrying Sony right now. So, they kind of have an excuse, even though we're gamers and they're like, their movie division, they're bleeding money. People just look at Spider-Man. No, they have about 200 companies underneath Sony's movie studios, B movies, C movies, Netflix movies. This is bleeding. Every movie's not a success. Every movie's not generating that type of money. They're bleeding money. They try to sell up their movie division. They try to sell up their music division. They got rid of CPUs. They stopped making cell phones. Then they brought it back. And then they're in a company turmoil. Whereas Microsoft got
they're a $2 trillion company, but
right. Them and
let
Apple,
me before you go on,
they got
before you
deep
go on a rant,
pockets. But go ahead.
let me hit it like this, dog. Last year, this is a statement made by Ryan. They made a commitment to deliver free upgrades to cross-gen titles.
That's facts.
For their first-party games. And they outlined specifically Horizon Forbidden West.
Yes, they lied. And what's his nickname? What is his nickname, PK?
I'm just saying.
Ryan.
Check this out. They said that specifically last year, and this is detailed and reports everywhere. Facts. And this is where the outrage come from. Now, let me tell you what I read just now about the recent change. Thursday, Horizon Forbidden West. They created the pre-order. They said the pre-order missed the mark. So what changed their mind is the fact that they could not get enough people to latch on to that pre-order, and they see that this is a potential hit to their pockets. So maybe we need to change this pricing. Again, it took two people to speak with their pockets for them to change their course.
Facts.
Again, they're going to keep doing and pushing boundaries. And the reason why they're selling games at 70, I understand what 108 saying that games cost more to make, but let's just stop it. You mean to tell me that game, what's that game that came out, that little racing car game, that cost $70, a lot of money to make that game?
What game?
No. Well, I forget what it was.
Destruction Derby,
Destruction
All-Stars.
All-Stars. Destruction All-Stars. Is that a big budget game that's worth $70? How about Bugsnax? Is that a big budget game? And I understand they changed course and then put it as free, but let's be honest. Their intention is to make money as much as they can. And the extra $10 is giving them extra money.
Yeah.
But the problem here is everybody don't have a PS5. If the report is true that only 25% of all PS5 sold has been turned on, that means majority of people still play on PS4. And with that being said, they're charging a gatekeep to transition from a PS4 to PS5 because it's supposed to be more powerful. Again, I mentioned this. If you buy Horizon Zero Dawn on the PC, even when you upgrade your PC and able to put on the best graphics ever, you still do not pay a $10 gatekeep fee.
Gatekeeper.
You still have the exact same damn game. You know why? Because it is the exact same game.
Facts.
And there is no reason to have this $10 fee because the games are made at high fidelity and then scaled down. Features are taken out to run on those things. At the same time, we're in a situation where they have to listen to the fan base, and the fan base need to speak out. Stop accepting it. Stop being okay with spending this money.
Facts.
Talk your stuff. You know why they move course? Because y'all spoke with y'all wallets. You didn't go out and pre-order. It wasn't trending or tracking. Their analytics showed that they were going to take a loss on this game if they continue course. So when you want to talk and troll and do all that, like I said, majority of these people who Don't listen to these people, right? If you're a PlayStation fan, that's okay. That's okay if that's your only console. If you're a Switch fan, that's okay if that's your only console. Be happy with your purchase. Be okay with it. Play your games wherever you want to play. But if you're not okay with something and you're a consumer, you have every right to be critical and speak out and make it about your business to speak with your wallet. I do it all the time. I gave you guys examples. I'm a huge Pokemon fan, but I did not buy Pokemon Sword and Shield. I felt it was a robbery.
You do look like a yellow Pikachu. That's facts.
I felt it was robbery. They charged $60 per game and they still sold 2 games, even though it's the same game.
Facts.
But Pete, you know why they did it? You know why they were lazy in development? The reason why Game Freak is the worst developer on this planet with a multi-billion-dollar franchise is because people still spend the money on the product. They don't have to innovate. They don't have to push. They don't have to change. They didn't get backlash until this one. This is the first one in history that divided the fan base. And until you start, even though that game was still successful on the Switch, it had a lot of drop off. A lot of people stopped playing. A lot of people didn't buy the expansion, as what they anticipated. It did at some point hit their pockets. So this time around, guess what they're doing? Yes, they are releasing the remakes on schedule in November like they typically release Pokemon. But you know something weird? They're releasing another Pokemon in January, and they specifically said the one in November, for some odd reason, I've never seen this before, but they're saying, well, great, Game Freak didn't develop this one. Why is it that they're making a point to point out that Game Freak is not part of the development of the remakes? Who does that? Tell me what company goes out their way to say, we didn't do this. The only time that happens is because of issues and they hit in pockets. There is a threat involved.
Facts.
So again, keep doing that, guys. You got to push narratives. You got to speak out. You got to speak with your pockets. They don't care about what you say on these YouTube channels. They don't care about these trolls out here. They care about the analytics and the trending about making a profit. If their profits look like they're going to take a dip, they will change course.
That's facts. Let's get to our guests on this, man. Before we get to the positive topics, I'm telling you, I'm coming prepared next week. So if y'all see me put on a bulletproof vest live, it's because this man right here, he dangerous. He's like John Wick of the gaming space.
I'm gonna forget I was on the show. I'm watching this like a fan. I'm going, whoa, this is crazy.
Yo, listen, I see y'all in the chat, y'all lit, and every time y'all put a curse word, I keep showing y'all statements. Goddamn Yobi and Kima. y'all lit today. Y'all as mad as this dude. PK. His name is Philosophy Killer. Let's go, Sensei. Can you even follow that up? I want to get into these positive last 2 topics because damn.
PK hits all the notes, man. He's been on fire today. As always, that's who PK is. Ever since I started watching him, it's like this guy hits all the facts every single time. First time I meet him today, and it's like, wow, and like I'm seeing him now, and it's going, this is it ain't fake. It ain't something behind the scenes. It ain't fake. It's who he is, man. He hits the notes. The thing with me is that I don't, and PK can mention this over and over again throughout today's theme, where you don't own the console, it shouldn't bother you.
Right.
I don't own the PS5. I don't. I have $500 burning in my pocket, waiting for them to give me a reason to buy a PS5.
Ratchet and Clank, what's wrong with you?
I'm good. I'll wait. It'll come to PC.
Wait, I think the only game that got me close to getting a PS5 is Marvel, because it speaks to my culture. It speaks to me, and it's an inclusive title. I played it when I was in an Airbnb a few months ago. Enjoyed it. I almost went and said, no, I'm going to get a PS5, but then I stopped myself and said, well, there's nothing else that I want to play on that, so I'm going to wait.
And that's you. And that's for you. Your perception, your thing. That's kind of what I'm saying. It's for you. Everybody got to understand you do what works for them. And I'm sorry cutting you off, but I just want to hang on to what you just said there. You're making a good point.
You're good. No, you're good. It's one of those things where it doesn't affect me, but I do have a buddy of mine who loves the PlayStation. Only gets PlayStation. So just like I own the Xbox, he owns just the PlayStation. And his kid loves it too. His kid has a PS4 Pro. He ended up getting, fortunately, he had to pay the scalper price because he's a fanatic of the PlayStation, but he ended up getting a PlayStation 5. And he hit me up and goes, and I'm not gonna say my real name here, but he goes, Sensei. He goes, man, I'm a PlayStation man. You know that, man. What the hell is going on with PlayStation over there and their messaging? I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, Horizon, because I don't tune myself into information that doesn't affect me, unless it becomes one of those things on a timeline. It's in your face, blatant, and I can't avoid it. Like this subject, and I go, what do you mean? He goes, well, the thing is with that price point they got going, because that's why just buy the big edition where you get both versions. He goes, the thing is with the PlayStation is that my son is on PS4, I'm on the PS5. If I buy that edition, it's like I can't share the PS4 version with him. It has to stay on my console.
Yeah.
Didn't know this. I'm thinking because I'm in the mindset of buy the good edition, give him the PS4 SKU, you keep the PS5 SKU. It doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't.
It's all one SKU. They have shared there like Xbox does, but not like that.
And don't forget, this doesn't come with DLC.
No, it does not come with DLC.
Man,
so
you are full of good news this evening.
The vanilla game, right? And how many times have we been charged $80, $90, but a gold edition that comes with future DLCs? This is not that. This is just a version of it. Of it that way. He goes, can you say something about that on your show when you have it on Sunday? I'm like, I can try. I'm not a PlayStation show kind of guy, but I can mention it and bring awareness to it because it doesn't affect me. But hearing him say that, my issue with Sony is on the communication side of things. They're so inconsistent on what they're selling you this generation.
Yeah.
They'll start off by saying, and PK pointed out, they'll start off by saying, hey, cross-gen titles, free upgrade, the pathway is free, you're good to go.
They backtrack on a lot of things, believing in generations and
Then they drop this bomb. Oh no, guess what? You have to pay $130 if you're buying the PS4 version, and then you so happen to get the PS5. It's in stock now. Now you have to pay another $70 to get it. No $10, $70 to get it.
And you know what's even worse from that? What you're just saying? Once it eventually comes to PC, it will only be $60, and we'll have everything in the DLC.
Everything. Complete edition. And they've done this already with the first Horizon, which I'm a fan of. I'm a fan of the first Horizon. They did this with the complete edition. They gave that for the same $60 price, the complete edition completely all there. That's where my issue takes place with Sony. The communication has to be better. If you're going to charge $10 to upgrade, be consistent with that. Stay across the board with it. If you're going to charge $70 for your game, be consistent with that. Stay across the board with it. But my other issue is why I don't buy a PlayStation 5 now is that for years, the PC side of things, they've been getting, it's like PK said, they've been getting, and I'm echoing you out here, they've been getting PC side, when you get one game and it upgrades, it's the same game. You're not paying again for the same game to be upgraded, right? So when I bought a $500 system, I'm thinking, I'm a 43-year-old man, I'm thinking financially, I'm thinking, what's the best, like for me, the next gen play, do I want to go to PS5 or an Xbox? What's my best value bang for the buck? And when I read up on smart delivery, I read up on quick resume, I read up on all that, I said, wow. So if I buy a $500 system, it's going to allow me to play the same game, even if it get upgraded, because I'm promised next-gen features.
Facts.
Yeah. It's basically a $10 tax.
If I get a PS5, I'm not promised next-gen features. I'm literally going to buy a $500 system to pay for next-gen when I already paid you for next-gen.
Their next gen is their mid-grade upgrade. That's the next gen for them.
Right. So that's where it bothers me. I don't have any horse in the race because I don't have a PS5. I speak from outside in. But for my buddy who has his kid and himself, that's the situation he's in. He's pissed off. He's upset. He goes, man, I've been loyal to these people for years, man. I'm like, at the end of the day, it's a business, man. They're trying to get any forget about the narrative out there about they pushing this many consoles and they sell this many things and XYZ. They need the money. They wouldn't be doing this if they didn't need the money.
Facts.
Period.
Like I said, every PS5 sold is not in somebody's house. That is what people got to understand. And because of that, that means people are not buying as many PS5 only games. They're still buying PS4 because there's more PS4s in people's houses than PS5. And that's why they can't just ignore that base because they can't get PS5 in everybody's home.
And let me read this chat from my brother, Other Zinc. Other Zinc, always welcome. I see my fastback people in here. Gina, Yo, listen, Dragonheart Yobi, you're legendary. If you want to curse Dragonheart Yobi, look at what Zink did. Now, other Zink says Sony has been getting away with be bull-ish for the longest time. And you know what? They need to be checked. Because listen, you talk with your wallet and not with your mouth, man. If they keep doing things, you just keep buying, right? Something I wanted to bring up, but y'all hit it too long, so I ain't gonna talk about. But especially in Facebook, PlayStation 5 group, I was talking about people getting ripped off for the haptic feedback and things of that nature. Dude said, Lemon, nobody cares. Obviously you do. Because if they start charging and you complaining, you obviously care. So with that being said, we're going to move into 2 positive notes. And if PK says anything else, when I need to say shots fired, we know something else is bothering me. Might be that Drake or Kanye West album. Might be a combination of both. They're both terrible. But with that being said, let's get into some positive news. Sony has came out and said next week on the 9th, we'll be getting a PlayStation 5 showcase showing games from a multitude of third-party games and where first parties taken 2022. So I'm looking for predictions on this situation. And before the last topic, the Xbox topic, I am going to show you, for those people who wasn't in the beginning, how to protect yourself. Master Chief status. So look forward to that. Now, we're going to go right back to the Angry Gamer because I want to see what the hell this light-skinned brother going to talk about, the most electrifying peak in the building. Tell me, what do you expect out of this PlayStation 5 event, and are you finally happy to see them show up? Because they said they was giving us 100 shows, and that's not the truth. But
yeah, they're not giving us any show. But don't do that, man, because people gonna start believing that, man. I'm not angry.
Nobody believes that. Is it even 100 days left in the year?
No, I'm saying about me being angry. I ain't thinking about.
Well, they're listening to you.
Hey, I'm just passionate, man. Hey, look, if anybody in the chat think I'm angry, call me out for it. Hey, I'll chill out. Trust.
Hey, so tell me about the showcase. What do you expect? Do you think they're gonna bring the heat, or you think it's just another situation?
I don't know. I'm thinking they're definitely going to hopefully show us, because they haven't said they're going to be a TGS, which is typically what they do. But Microsoft said and Square said they're going to be a TGS, and they got some exclusive stuff for that.
We're going to get into that in a minute.
Okay. So I don't know. I'm thinking they will show us. I mean, it's kind of like this is holiday season, right?
Right.
You got to be able to hype up. This is weird too, because Nintendo also said they're going to move up their Direct a month early. And they typically do it in October for the last hype train, which is probably when they're going to reveal the last Smash character. Hopefully that's Master Chief. Thank you very much. But they're moving it up too. So apparently some analytics is trending that they got to get ahead of the curve. So my think is they're going to show us some stuff to get people hyped for next year, because they really don't have no real hitters to drop November. I don't see it. I mean, if they do, it'll be a shock, but I don't think so. I think they're going to continue with the same thing they always done. Just like last year, they showed God of War title. That's it. And everybody went crazy. Remember, they hadn't even shown the PlayStation 5 console. They showed the name PS5, and then they went crazy. Right? It was a lot of this kind of marketing, which is strange, right? Because they typically the ones that want to jump up on the mountaintop and scream what they have done best. But they haven't had a milestone in the past 2 years, to be honest. And with them not being at the major shows, E3, Gamescom, and they doing their own thing, it's like, if you're not talking about PSVR, what are you talking about for this holiday? We know God of War is not coming. Apparently we know that Horizon Zero Dawn is not coming like they said it was. So what do you have left? Maybe some DLC for Spider-Man, maybe, but let's be honest. They have to rely on third party to carry them into 2022, because they technically do not have anything new or PS5 exclusive using the same terminology that most of the PlayStation guys use, because if it's on PC and an Xbox One, then it's not a Series X exclusive, which is not really why you buy these consoles. You buy them because you want better whatever, right? Or whatever your reasons are. I don't, again, PC guys don't upgrade to next gen GPUs because they're looking for a game to play per se. They do it because they are trying to play games at a higher fidelity. That's just basically all it is. So that's it. I don't know, man. I'm hopeful that they do have something, because it's really sad that they have been tripping on themselves this entire generation, starting with their console reveal. And you want them to be competitive, because if they're not, they can't keep Microsoft in check. They can't keep Microsoft honest.
Right.
They can't make Nintendo want to strive for better. And I know that sounds crazy, but I'm serious. Nintendo, I mean, even with Steam bringing in their handheld console, they may or may not see that as a threat. And legit, we know that Steam handheld can play all Steam games. May not be at the highest fidelity. That means they have more games to offer than Nintendo. And at that point, almost at the same price, you got a competitor.
Right.
So that's what keeps companies honest. What made Microsoft better is they had to take an L. They took an L last gen. I don't care if nobody say they did.
Yeah, they took an L, and
shout
out to
with
people who didn't believe me the other day, who yelled at me.
But the blessing that came out of that
was mad at me for saying that.
Is that they found a leader instead of a manager.
Yes.
Take that home and think about that. They found a leader instead of a manager.
And who would that leader be?
That would be Phil Spencer, and leading his team.
Facts.
Allowing his team to flex and do things outside the box within reason, and taking and creating a strategy to change the directory path of where Xbox was going.
Okay.
And with that being said, Sony, I think that they need to show something big. I know it just won't be this year. So hopefully there's some third-party stuff. Maybe they'll play for another year exclusivity with Final Fantasy. I don't know. They spend a lot of money over there at Square. So who knows what's going to happen.
Okay. We're gonna go to our illustrious guests. Give me your thoughts, being that you don't have a PS5 or you looking forward to this event, to maybe making it where you want to purchase a PS5.
Yeah. Before I get there, PK mentioned that whole how we need that competition to grow the gaming space, and it's factual. It's the reason why we got a great Xbox generation coming, like in just 10 months. It's the reason why we got a good console. Because let's be honest, Xbox got their butt kicked up and down last generation.
Yeah. Oh, don't say that out loud. Cerebral Paul will come for you. Cerebral Paul will come. He came for me the other day for saying that. He said, "That's your opinion." I said, "Really? It's not."
I said the other day, I'm not a fanboy. I'm a fan.
Shout out to my boy Paul.
People should know by now that I'm not a fanboy. I'm a fan. I love my Xbox. You guys know this. But I will call out what I have to call out when it needs to be called out. Last gen was not fun. Not at all. So because of what PlayStation did all last gen to the Xbox, to the whole gaming scene, is why we got what we got now. Right? So leading on to the show coming up, I'm excited for next week's show because, again, I don't own a PS5 and I've been looking for reasons to get one. As I stated before, I have $500 in my pocket burning, $537 to be exact, burning, because I need a reason to get the PlayStation 5. So what I'm expecting from the show, I need to see God of War, right? They're going to probably show me more Horizon and see where they're at with that. I expect the Spider-Man DLC to finally be shown for the Avengers, because now that the trailer's out and the movie's coming in December, I expect this to be shown. Black Panther had enough breathing room now for them to now drop you the next information on Avengers, right? So I'm expecting things like that, and I'm expecting what's next. Not on the indie side of things. What's next? What's your next big IP apart from God of War and Horizon? What are you working on that's gonna make me go, I need that today?
Well, but you know what, Sensei? Let me cut you off for a minute. Remember, they also said they had 60 first-party games in the works. People forgot about that.
They also said they're doing 100 shows before the end of the year. So.
I'm just PK, man. You know what?
See, but that's
you need to eat some cotton candy.
That's why I go back to. That's why I go back to the misfires and miscommunications. They mentioned 100 shows. They're not going to make it to the 100 show.
No.
They mentioned they're going to have 60 games they're working on. When are you going to show me that? Shout out to the wife. Just showing up and popping up.
Not a title, but show the game.
But don't give me a title and then get me hyped for a logo. I call these guys logo hypers when you get hyped for a logo, right?
The Smash community did the same thing.
Remember that, PK? I need you to show me.
The Smash community and the Prime community did that for Metroid Prime. They showed the word, no gameplay. Dudes went crazy.
Metroid Prime 4 still has not been shown.
Facts. Period. They showed the word. Nintendo said, we won E3. We won E3. I said, what a word.
Trust me, I'm waiting on it myself and upset that it's not here. If you don't believe me, I'm telling you now, I'm that's my game. And I'm upset. But yes, don't show me a title, show me the game.
Don't show no more titles. God of War, Ragnarok. Dude's like, they won E3.
I think we got to the point as gamers, we've evolved to the point we want to see gameplay. We don't want to talk about logos anymore.
Logos and cutscenes. No, sir.
That's it. We passed that point. We just talked about Killzone, that title. They showed a big old CG cutscene, and you got nothing when you played it at home. You got some rinky-dink, AA title that you got at home and look bad. So no more logo hype. So for what I'm expecting is to Sony sell me their console. I need to see God of War gameplay. Or something close to that. No more logos, no more cutscenes. I need to see more Horizon, better than what it looked when they showed it off the last time.
Because you want to buy a PS5, right? And you need a reason.
I want to buy a PS5. I literally want to go, here you go, here's my money. I want to buy a PS5. They can't just be about Miles Morales. And I honestly think that title I'm talking about that's like, wow, it's going to be the next Spider-Man game. Spider-Man 2. I honestly think that.
Okay.
I honestly think that. The way Insomniac has been pumping out games, yeah.
Okay. Sid, give me an overview before we get into this last topic, man.
Man, biggest show of the year is E3, not this, right? So they already shot their biggest guns. These are supposed to be the leftover.
So you're trying to tell me we shouldn't stream this live?
I'm trying to say I don't have high expectations. I have a low bar that they need to cross for me to be like, this was a good show. My expectations are embarrassingly low for Sony. They really don't have anything that I've seen that makes me want to say, yeah, I want a PS5. Because remember, I got the golden ticket 2 weeks ago from Sony. Like, I signed up. Don't remember doing it, but I did. And so eventually they got back to me and were like, in 2 days, hey, this link here we provide you, you can buy a PS5 guaranteed. My first thought was, oh, hell no. I'm not spending this money now on this PS5. They ain't got nothing I want on it now. But it's the opportunity. I can't let this go by. So eventually went to my brother. But it just goes to show, like, you know me 30 years, Lemon. Is that ever a thing you would ever expect me to say, without games even? I'll buy a system without the games, knowing they're going to come eventually. Right. It's the PlayStation. But have you ever known me to ever make a choice like that when presented with the option?
Not at all.
Because I got the money. I got the money. I'm not trying to show off
show money on
I can because I can. This is not an exaggeration. It's not a lie. It's not to show off, but to prove that I'm not lying.
So they got banked.
I want to do it. I could do this all day.
Hey, sick.
I choose not to because
Candy's blowing up my phone. She needs some money, bro.
I don't know, man. I don't know who's saying all of this, man. I don't owe nobody money. People owe me money. I mean, that's the way I like to keep it. Let me tell you. And so that's where that stat comes from. So I'm just saying, funds are available. Okay, I could buy 2 if I wanted to. I'm not trying to brag and saying if I wanted to, I could. And I keep telling you I want to, but not the way it is now.
You need a reason. Okay.
I need a reason, and I want to see reasons. I want to see reasons at this show. Multiple reasons. Not no one big game. If I see God of War, no.
Somebody got a question for you in the chat.
I think my bar has me
10 feet up. He said, would a Metal
No,
Gear
I see
Solid
his
1
question.
remake from Blue Point get you? Will it get you? A Metal Gear Solid 1
Okay.
remake?
Well, that's a good question because there was a rule I used to abide by, forgot about it, but I think this is the perfect place for it. You got to give me three titles that I can get day one when I buy the system that I can get to validate the purchase in my mind, and that would be one of them. I would accept that.
Okay.
That would work for me.
Okay. Well, we're going to move into this last topic, man. Yo, chat, y'all been amazing. I just want to bring something to your attention. Shout out to my man, Master Chief, that want to make sure that you are protected at all times, whether he's shooting aliens, grunts, or elites. It don't matter. Get the Microsoft Halo condom. It protects you, and it's a great co-op situation. That's a fact. That's a live commercial on the Dragon's Den, baby. First time ever. Let's move into this last topic. Now, Tokyo Game Show, Xbox say they got exclusive information. Now, I just want to get a quick overview from the panel, man. Tell me, what are we expecting? Are we looking at an acquisition as a company? Are we looking at a new Japanese-made studio from ground up? Or are we looking at an exclusive title in general? Talk to me, people. Talk to me. Sensei, we're going to start with our guest, our absolutely amazing guest. Shout out to having you, man. Listen, what do you expect out the Tokyo Game Show? Now, this is not a place that Microsoft makes announcements. This is, I think, maybe the first of a big announcement that they said, maybe not big or huge, but an announcement in general. They usually don't do it at Tokyo Game Show.
They made some last year.
They made some announcements last year, so it won't be the first time. If they blow it open this year on TGS, it won't be the first time. They've done it before.
This is the second year they made it a big deal.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They usually don't make it a big deal. They'll say something like, sometimes it'll be a game, small game, but they're pushing this on all media platforms. So I'm thinking, what could it be? So tell me, in your thoughts, what could it be?
I mean, being that they're going to be out there in Japan, Tokyo was a TTS. I'm thinking it has to do something with either like a Final Fantasy game that hasn't been on Xbox to be dropped on there, or even news about Hideo's the game that the partnership they've been talking about, the rumored they've been talking about. There's a partnership with him creating a cloud game, something of that nature maybe being announced because it is that market. Xbox has been trying to move in and grow that market for quite some time now. And this is, for last year, they already made a move on it. Now they're just going to capitalize on that. So I'm expecting something like that, something on the Final Fantasy side of things, something with Hideo attached to a project, something like that doesn't blow my mind. I know somebody from the Xbox camp did tweet out Aaron to keep the expectations low, don't get hyped about it, but there's another mixed message there because somebody else tweeted, there's going to be a big announcement. I don't know who it was, but there's going to be an exclusive announcement being done at TGS. So I always say to these shows, even E3, keep your expectations low. Don't go in there thinking it's going to blow your socks off because these games, again, they're games are subjective. So what may be hype for me may not be hype for you. That's how I look at things.
And keep in mind, it's the TGS is marketed to that side of the world.
Correct.
Yes. It's definitely region specific.
They're mobile too. You can't forget that market over there is moved into the mobile side of things. The hardware thing is not a big thing anymore for them. It's a lot of mobile gaming out there happening. So it could be somewhere along the lines of that. With the X Cloud, the mobile gaming side of things, that could be an announcement as well.
Facts. Okay. That sounds like a plan. And listen, man, you never know what you're gonna get. They started off well. This generation, which shocked the hell out of me. The Xbox Series S is outselling PlayStation 5 in Japan. That's a new mark for Microsoft. It's selling very well. I'm thinking it's because of its size and it's simple gaming. 1080p, 120. You know what I'm saying? 1440p, 120. Sick. No, let's go to PK. Let's go to PK. PK, tell me what your thoughts is, man, because I know you heavy into that scene over there too. Talk to me. What are you anticipating?
Well, probably talk about the success of the partnership between them and Sega. I mean, think about it. I just said PSO2 NGS launched this year on the Xbox console only in North America. Right. And it's been successful for them. Game Pass is a huge driver. Sega is a big mouth still in Japan, and they put a lot of their games in Game Pass. Game Pass and Series S, plus maybe the Game Pass app coming to console is going to be huge, right? For people who got the older systems.
Oh, that's awesome.
Probably some more Japanese specific game developers that might be contracted out working on some games specifically for the cloud or for Xbox themselves. Maybe an acquisition, but more or less talking about games that cater to that market. Not saying that we don't like those games, but it's a celebration for them because they are very, how can I say, tribalistic. And what I
Facts.
mean
That's
by that,
perfectly said.
it's not necessarily always a bad thing, though it could be, where they want to feel different and be treated different when it comes to how they view themselves and how they're treated. I don't know how to
It's like
explain that.
Japan is not a big first person shooter market. They just don't get
Right,
into it. You know what I'm saying?
right. So your Call of Duties, Battlefields, Halos, that's not where they're going to
Yeah, they don't.
advertise
Right,
that.
right.
They're going to, because that's not the market. However, RPGs, JRPGs to be specific, and Game Pass and any kind of mobile experience is a big deal. So any partnerships or any acquisitions related to that kind of stuff that speaks to them
Excuse me.
is what we're going to probably see.
Okay.
And that is definitely something that we did not see at E3. And that's what I'm talking about. So
Okay. Yo, I'm gonna say something real quick, and then we're gonna go to second, then we're gonna get out of here, man. And shout out to Microsoft for making sure that you have protected sex back in 2004. Anyway, maybe they should just come on and say, listen, we bought a whole pachinko market. Whole lot. We own it now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they could form their own Japanese development team. I'm thinking something of that aspect, you know what I'm saying? But they did say exclusive games and content, so we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it's going to definitely be the Game Pass hype train. Whatever they promoting anywhere, they definitely supporting that Game Pass hype train. Get on board. Let's go. Now, sick, man. Let you close this out. Then we're going to do our outros, man. Talk to me. Chat, y'all been lit all night. Appreciate you. Y'all been lit, man. Talk to me, sick. Talk to me.
Pachinko Halo machine.
Pachinko Game Pass train. Let's go.
Listen, my main concern with Microsoft and Japan is to break the de facto exclusivity I see all the time on games. And I mean, not by Sony or Nintendo paying for a game to be exclusive. Just because the developer doesn't see the sense in porting their games to other platforms. I see it as ridiculous. And there's a lot of these games that are tailor-made for other platforms. And I don't just mean Xbox or PC. I mean handheld. Sometimes they'll put out a game and they'll first announce it even on one system and never give an indication that it might come out to another system later. And you get where that's coming from because that system probably paid for it. But oftentimes, but I'm talking about the times when they don't, when it's a de facto exclusivity because it's made by a Japanese developer and they just rock on Japanese platforms only. And that's stupid, especially with the expansion of PC in Japan. That's really a big thing in the work that Microsoft is doing in terms of software platform and all of that.
I don't mean to cut you off, but you got to think about the culture on Japan. It's a whole different culture with their loyalty. They're very loyal about what they do out there.
I get it, but
I get, yeah. There's all of that, no doubt. But this is a business. It's supposed to be about making this money. And even if they
have to finesse people,
I get all of that. But I'm just saying, like, they could say, yeah, I know all about. I'm tired of hearing that as because it comes off an excuse, like. I say what I'm saying, and then I hear that as a response, but that only enables them to continue doing what they're doing, and that's the wrong path. They need to get off that path.
But it's not an excuse; it's a culture. That's what they.
No, I get all of that, but I get what you're saying. So don't take it personally. But to use this as a response to what I'm saying just enables them to continue it that way. The cycle has to be broken, and the cycle isn't broken by saying what we already know. And it's not a knock, it's just what it is, right? So I think particularly the PC platform, I think is a platform that's really expanding, you know, for all genres and all levels of production, from indie to AAA. Like, it's really a thing, and Microsoft really has a foot in that door because it's pretty easy to port from PC to console, right? And I think I want to see partnerships with whatever publisher or developer, if it's Sega, Capcom, whoever the hell. I don't care the specifics of it. If in the end we're seeing more of these Japanese games on the Xbox platform where they haven't been, you know, where it's not just stuck on one platform. A lot of these games should be multi-platform off bat. And if they're not being paid exclusivity, then what's the problem? And I think this is also good for Japan. I understand the tribalism and all the other factors at play. That does not dismiss that this needs to be changed. And,
okay, so what do you think they're gonna announce?
They can announce a bunch of games, you know, a bunch of I don't care what they announce. If in the end they announce games coming from Japanese publishers to the Xbox and PC platform, I just said that. I don't care what it is. Just I want to see more, because we have none. So it doesn't matter what it is. We have none.
We have some. You can't say none.
It seems we get like the same drips that were already multi-platform, so that was like already default. Meanwhile, we have to wait for Final Fantasy. Now that's a paid exclusive and not an example of what I'm talking about. But yet and still, it's just as stupid. It's just as stupid, I think.
Okay. Well, we're going to wrap up the show, man. Listen, everybody, give yourselves a round of applause in the chat, man. Y'all have been absolutely amazing. Y'all are definitely in these gaming streets. And yeah, man, please go out there and protect yourself, because it's safe to do so. Shout out to my man, Master Chief 117. He said that's what it is. But listen, man, we're going to get out of here. Listen, our amazing guest, we got to give him a round of applause too, because he's been absolutely amazing. My Boricua brother is in the building. All right, man, where can they find you, Sensei, man? Tell them about your podcast. Tell them about your boy Logic. Next time I got to get both of y'all on, man. That's a fact. It was a pleasure having you, my brother, and I support you to the end. Tell them where they can find you, my brother.
Appreciate you for the invite, and finish the fight. Halo condoms out there, you know. Just finish the fight, man. You gotta wrap up the Spartan laser, man. You gotta do that. Be safe out there. The streets are weird, man.
You gotta wrap up the Spartan laser.
But you can, God bless you, sir. Gesundheit. But you can find me, man, every Sunday at 5:00 p.m. Eastern time on my podcast, me and Logic's podcast. My brother from another mother, but Sensei's Thoughts, as you can see on my hat. That's the podcast I represent. I do it every Sunday live at 5 p.m. We talk Xbox, we talk games, we talk that all day long. We are an Xbox-centric channel. Hoping to grow it. I'm brand new. I consider myself self-proclaimed Rookie of the Year when it comes to these pod streets, but that's where I'm at. I'm also doing a giveaway. If you don't mind me plugging it in, Lemon, I'm doing a giveaway.
Plug, brother, plug.
If I get, or when I get 250 subs, I'm giving away 2 controllers. 2 controllers. The controllers. I'm giving away 2 controllers, which is the Goon Squad, and also, I don't know if you can see that, the Toon Squad. So both controllers, once it hit 250, will be gifted. Will be a giveaway. So once we get to 250, that's gonna happen. But you guys more than welcome to drop by Sundays at 5:00 Eastern time every single week. We don't miss a beat. But we talk games. Thank you for the plug, for allowing me to plug that, Lemon. I thank you for the invite. This was very
future.
But I love this panel, man. You guys brought the energy. The conversation was exactly what it needed to be, adult gaming, and I love it. I would be more than happy to come back to this, man.
You're always welcome, my brother. I told you, next time we're gonna do is gonna be the tag team of the Sensei's Thoughts, baby. That's what we do here. I should have shot that invite to your other brother, man, because I watch out. Disconnected. Right after I do my ILP brothers over there, man, I do back-to-back podcasts, and that's very rare for me, man. But Sick. Well, we're gonna go to PK because it looks like Sick is having visual fidelity problems. So PK, I got you.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, sorry about that. I had to switch my Wi-Fi. PK,
thank you, Sick. Dude. I know. I keep saying PK, so Sick will shut up.
All right.
I don't even know if you hear us.
Hey,
PK, tell them where they can find you.
Man, thanks for coming through, bro. Sensei, you've been great, bro. Appreciate you, man. Hey, definitely check out your content. I
Oh,
know
no.
108 is gonna definitely link it down in the description. So I'm gonna come by and
It's
hang
done.
out, check
Facts.
you out, bro. Appreciate you coming through and sharing some of your knowledge and your passion. Excuse me if my big brother thinks I'm angry for some reason. I'm not
No, no,
angry,
no, no. I'm
man.
just teasing. You're not angry. You're a great individual, my brother. Great.
So definitely, man. Hey, look, I'm always on Dragon's Den on Saturday hanging out. We do our thing. Every Saturday. Definitely come see me, 4GQ TV. You know, uh with me and Clowns,
108
my
Dragons
co-host, we
TV
do our
welcomes
thing.
4 guys
But
with
we definitely
quarters.
got another MCU after show dropping. Please check that out. I know you guys love it. Amen. I'm telling you, it's blowing up fire. Our Facebook group, 70,000 views on the last one, man. Hey, people are loving it, bro. So come check it out.
I got a question for you, PK.
Yeah, what's up?
How does it feel to be the new CEO of Four Guys Reporters?
I'm not doing that. I'm not being messy. I'm keeping it professional. Hey, look. Hey, look. Hey,
He did a hostile takeover,
nah,
a
nah.
corporate takeover.
So shout out to
Shout
all
out
my
to
people on
Clowns,
there,
man. That's my
and
brother.
definitely come check us out. Hey, I'm gonna be out of here. Other Zinc out here, he's poking at me, man.
Yeah, the
Hey,
zinc is always on
we gonna get
fire.
out of here, man. Hey, see you guys next time. Thanks for coming through.
Yo, Sick, where can they find you before we shut it down?
But you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on all the great gaming platforms that are out there, minus Nintendo, of course, because you can take that one, Nintendo.
Why you gotta say that every week?
Hey, Nintendo,
They
man,
heard you the
is
first 40
disappointing,
times
and
on
they're
our
gonna keep doing
24th
that until they do
episode.
something different. I vote my wallet and I vote with my words too, and also these. So there you go. So yeah, you can check me out every week right here on the Dragon's Den, and I'll be in that chat with Sensei and everybody else tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern. Thanks, Sensei, for coming out, man. I really do like your podcast too, man. I really do like the vibes out there. Much like here, it's not as crazy. It's not as crazy as these maniacs I have to deal with it in the chat too, but man, it's definitely good times, man. After work on Sundays, definitely like to check out your podcast. So thanks for coming out, and I'll see y'all there.
And yeah, I got some announcements to make, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Like I said, give yourselves a round of applause. Every week, y'all pull up, man. Y'all give us attention. People that watch after, I got nothing but love for you, man. The support is just absolutely outstanding. I'm glad you appreciate the work we do here, man. And it takes some work to bring this great presentation to y'all, man. And it's very humbling. And with that being said, I got a shout out Tuesday. I'll be on Newcomb's. Come over there on his podcast, man. That amazing team over there. And my man Fastback and my man Mike in the chat. NLG. I'll be there this Thursday coming, even though it's my sister's birthday. And she came from 3,000 miles away. I'm
California,
still
right?
going to be on the
That's
podcast.
That's
I'm not counseling, baby. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? This gaming life is where we at, man. And I'll be happy to do both of those podcasts, man. Those guys come out here, they support us all day, and I'm happy to even be invited and very humbled, man. Thank you. But I do gotta announce something. Listen, I'm starting a content creators competitive co-op community game night. And what this consists of, man, this is going to consist of the content creators playing with the community either cooperatively, Battlefield, Halo, whatever, competitively, private rooms, set up. Everyone is going to be streaming that does stream. We're going to be live giving y'all organic fun, showing you how the gaming community comes together, and you are welcome to join. You pick your favorite games. I will be announcing the games that we will be playing each week, whether it's going to be Apex with my sensei brother, you know what I'm saying? Or it could be something simple like Alien Fireteam or Back for Blood. I'm bringing y'all that energy, that positivity, showing you that no longer do we sit in the house with 30 people like it used to be in my house. Crazy. Everybody got necks in Street Fighter, GoldenEye, and everything else across the board. But we will be doing it online. We all will be streaming. Listen, I got 2 times. I don't know. I'm trying to fit everybody in, from my European friends to my American friends to my West Coast people to my in Canada, people. We're trying to get a general time that majority of us could show up. The reason I'm not going 7 o'clock because Sensei has his podcast and he starts at 5 and they could run a little long. So I'm considering not doing 7 but doing 8. So everybody has an opportunity to be a participant on this great gaming night, man. And it's good. I'm getting a lot of great feedback from my content creators. Everybody's down for the cause. Other people's hitting me up like, yo, Lemon, when you gonna start it? That's the same thing I said with this podcast. And now we lit. So with that being said, and as I always say, man, I thank everybody for the support. But I need y'all to do one thing for me. I want you to bring your game and not your name. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Everybody have a safe night and enjoy your Labor Day weekend. Let's go!
Yo, sick, call Candy. She needs some money.